Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to the Stooge Experience. I'm one half of the Stoogery, Nick. My counterpart, right over there, Zach. See,
This
we
guy.
we got it right this time.
And
You know,
and watch this. Boom.
hey, look at that, look
There
at
he is.
that.
Right over there.
See,
Right
we
over
had a,
there.
a little discussion about it, because you're
Been
thinking he's that
practicing.
way, but he's that way, and man, I think we should just not waste people's time. Get into
Mm.
the shit bowl part two
Yep.
that was tonight. I mean,
Gotta love Thursday night football. It's
I'm just
horrible.
begging for just one good game, just
One
something
game that has
decent.
offense.
Yeah.
Like it's just because they don't get a chance to really prepare. Short week. You're not
Yeah.
really scheming, game plan. You're just kind of like, all right, let's just see what happens. And this is what you get.
Just throw up of just nothing on the field offensively, and
Yeah. Like the Broncos are even lucky to score. I mean, they got a phantom roughing the passer that
yeah.
shouldn't have been, and there you go.
I will say though, it was a great catch by
That was
Cortland
nice.
Sutton. Like
Yeah.
that was clean, didn't bobble it, knees, boom. Um, I mean, I guess it works in your favor, like you're talking about. You can't really install anything on a short week when you do have Travis Kelsey, who's just you know doesn't even run like a called route. He just tells Mahomes, "I'm going to get open," and
Yep.
he just finds him.
Does a little head shake and just boom, he's open right in the
Yeah,
middle every time.
yeah. He runs the Edelman route, but like he's bigger, so
Yeah.
it's easier to get him the rock. But I mean, just quickly going through the stat sheet here. I mean, Russell Wilson, uh, Russ didn't cook. If he cooked, he burned.
Russ did not cook.
Yeah.
It was undercooked.
Yeah, QBR is a 46, so everything that we're cooking is definitely undercooked.
Mm-hmm.
Need to throw that back in the oven for some shake and bake, 350 at least.
They're 1-5. That's not good. I was
No,
talking to my dad about it. I'm like, at what point do they pull the plug? And he's like, they'll
just
pull the
sell
plug
off.
on Russ before Sean Payton. I'm like, I think Sean Payton should go.
I
Also, I
feel
think they all
like,
should go personally,
yeah, I think
but
the whole organization's done.
like he was like, they'll probably give Sean Payton one more year. You probably won't fire him after his first year. But like just the things I see, like that end of half, like
Yeah,
nobody's
what was
talking about
that?
that. Like there's 20 seconds left. They tackle you inbounds, so the clock is running, and then you call a timeout. The Broncos called a timeout, stop the clock, punt it to the Chiefs. It's a shit punt that lands at the 30. Then they get a penalty for illegal touching. So now the Chiefs, boom, boom, couple plays, field goal, 3 points. But no one
I was
says a
doing the
word.
same
It's
thing.
like, why would you ever call a timeout? I don't know. There is no answer he could give me that would make sense in my mind.
Well, he did the same thing in the fourth quarter because you're on defense. There's 4 minutes left. You get them into a second and long, so it's not even third and long, and we're starting to use timeouts, and it's 16-18. Like we were outside of field goal range. I just didn't understand the clock management. It made no sense. It's like
Yeah.
as a head coach, like I have the 2 minute warning, so I should save my timeouts till after the 2 minute warning. Like it just
I'll never
ah
get it because there's an easy solution that coaches, it's always these old coaches too. All they have to do is in the offseason play Madden.
you think so?
Just
That's like
play
that's a
Madden. All you have
fix.
to do is play Madden and you'll learn how to use
Hmm.
timeouts. I know 12-year-olds in middle school that have better clock management skills than
Yeah,
NFL coaches. They'll know when to call a timeout, when not to, what they need to do. Like there was a lot of times they on that drive before they ended up punting at the end of the half, they threw a pass, got caught in bounds, and they started to do a hurry up, wasted 5 seconds, then called a timeout. It's like that should have been an insta timeout.
yeah, I thought so
Anything in
too.
the middle of the field, but they just waste 5 seconds for no reason. And nobody says a word. This is the thing. None of these like they all are like, oh, Sean Payton's so good, this and that. Nobody says anything about this. It's the
Yeah,
little things like that. Because then, like, granted, you lost your drive,
yeah.
but like, say you wouldn't have. Say you would have got a first down, and then now you could have one play to get it closer, but you didn't because you wasted 5 seconds, and that's a quick out or something that you could have ran.
Yeah.
No one's talking about this.
No, I agree, and it begs the question though, if the reason why they were so successful in New Orleans was more Drew Brees than Sean Payton.
Probably,
Because I
probably.
mean, Drew was pretty good with clock management. He was good in clutch situations. Like,
I just see it's too
uh,
much. I just don't understand. It's not hard. Literally, all you have to do, and there's no punishment. You go in, you play a game of Madden, you figure out when to use the timeouts, and then even if you mess up, you're like, I'll just reload. hit a fresh save. I'll go right back
Yeah.
in, try again. Like you could
So
just do it all day.
so we're prescribing for the Broncos to fix this. Like, okay, Sean Payton, you're playing Madden from 10 o'clock in the morning till about
Yes.
8 at night. Like,
I'm
we're gonna get
telling
you
you,
some
it's
food and
not
stuff, and we're just gonna have
because
you run it.
how else do you like get into those? I know it's a lot more on a field. There's people talking to you in the headset. There's crowd. He's probably trying. I don't know. Is he the OC, or
Yeah.
does he call the plays?
He's got that big old play sheet,
Yeah,
so
right. So he's trying to think about a play to call, but like it's not. You see him go down and you call a timeout. Like it's not hard. The
not
one that
rocket
doesn't
science.
make sense is still calling a timeout before you're going to punt. Just let
That
the clock
one
run down.
I don't
You
get.
just got. I think they got sacked.
Yep.
Just go to the half, man. Why would you like? What do you gain?
Yeah,
Unless you were gonna go for it on 4th down, which you would never do that because if you don't get it, now they're even closer. Like I don't understand.
no, I personally I mean, this is my own conspiracy theory, I guess, but I think that Sean Payton really wanted that job at the Chargers. And I think he took this job because it was a ton of money, and I think he's going to tank it until the Chargers job is free because Staley's going to choke, and then he's going to all of a sudden turn it back up when he tries to go for the Chargers. It looks like it.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. I look at Russ, and first of all,
Just not
there was
cooking.
that he's not cooking, but I mean, I saw, and we'll get into that later in Twitter, but like about Jerry Jeudy is supposed to be this trade target, and he was losing his shit on Steve Smith Sr. for saying
Yeah,
that he's not a wide receiver one. And it's like, well, you're wide receiver one, and you got me 3 receptions for 14 yards, and your longest reception was 13 yards.
that's not gonna cut it.
So, no, I know kids in high school that can get me more yards than that. So it's just, I think there was a lot of hype around this team as far as what pieces you hear like by name. Like, yeah, Cortland Sutton is still number one, but like we had heard, Jerry Jeudy and McLaughlin and
Marvin Mims, I think, is one guy.
yeah, Mims Jr.
Mims,
Like
yeah,
they got some tall receivers, but
yeah.
it's not. They don't have enough time to throw just deep balls every play. Like they can't do the Penn State method of just run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, play
I mean,
action,
the
throw it as
the
far as I
only
can.
reason why they weren't like extremely horrible last year is because they had a great defense, and now
Hmm.
that defense is just nowhere to be found. And the
Yeah,
offense, like, I'm not gonna say they've been horrible because I
been
think
okay.
technically Russ is a top 10 fantasy quarterback so far this year.
Yeah,
Just off of touchdowns. It's mainly off of that one game against the Commanders and went to OT and it was like 38-35.
yeah, that's
So
his saving
that's kind
grace.
of just like weighing a lot, but still,
Yeah,
like they showed a graphic before the game that he had thrown 11 touchdown passes and only
2
two
picks.
interceptions. Now he's had a fair few fumbles in there that have been
Yeah.
very costly, and now just threw another 2 picks today. So it's not. I bet you turnover wise, it's probably close to 11-11
Yeah,
if I had to
I would dare
guess,
say.
which is not cutting it.
I feel like Russ is becoming a stat quarterback, and he's so focused on showing his stats are good. Because I saw a graphic too that said he was like top 3 QBR, and it's like, look, I read through the list, and I was like, you can give me 10 of those 15 quarterbacks before I'm gonna take Russ. Like,
I just feel like it's too late in
he's
his
just not
career
doing
to
it.
be worrying about stuff like that. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
didn't
He's
you
like in his
go to the
12th year.
Broncos? Well, I guess I mean, he kind of went. I don't know. I just don't
He
even
signed
know.
off on it if I recall, I think, because he
Yeah,
had a no trade clause.
yeah. So like, I thought he was going for like he'd have been better off in Seattle,
Yeah,
even though they all hated each other over there. He probably would have been better off because at least
getting Jigba,
I don't know.
you
I
know,
trust some of those. I trust that receiving
receiving core of
trio, but I
Lockett.
mean they wouldn't have had JSN probably because of the picks that they got from the Broncos. I think one of those picks
Okay.
ended up being JS. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. I know they got like Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and some. I don't know how many picks. I can't remember, but
I
yeah,
really think Drew Lock is gonna end up being a good quarterback. He was super young when they traded him out of Denver, and he had some games where he was
it wasn't
balling,
horrible. And like
and
it could
it's
be his
just
position
tough.
to win over there eventually. Like Gino will be your guy. He can only, can only take you so far.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the ceiling is like a 10-7
Yeah. No,
first
100%.
first round bounce because you got to play like either the Eagles or the Cowboys or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
or the
Niners.
Niners, and you're like, "Oh, okay, well, fun season."
No, I agree. It's just like you look through this team and you're like, they're just not. They don't look like they're built to win. They look like it was a fun experiment hearing like Sean Payton, went over there. But it also brings up I mean, I'm going back probably 2 or 3 years ago, but do you remember the rumors where the Broncos were possibly trading for Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
And you think about that team and you're like, well, that you know, because I know people would probably say, well, what if he tears his Achilles? He did it this last year. If you traded him 2 years ago when he's still in that MVP
Yeah,
stint,
he has
like,
back-to-back MVPs.
I
So,
mean, Broncos might have been a wagon again.
well, and before um last season,
Yeah.
the one of the potential destinations for Russ was Philly.
I'd heard about that.
Philly was going to trade or did or attempted to trade a bunch of picks for Russ, and they wouldn't even have. It would have been Jalen still as the backup last
Man,
year. The year the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, there was a world where it could have been Russ starting all those games. Now, I think it would have been better than him with the Broncos, just because the Eagles have so many
weapons.
good players. It would have worked out a little better, but still, like, think about that. No Jalen. Like, that's
No,
such an iconic. No brotherly shove. No,
yeah,
like, and Jalen was very influential in getting the trade done for AJ
AJ.
Brown to come over. So, like, who knows what world the Eagles are into? They're probably not in the Super Bowl last year if that goes
No.
down, and they're down probably 3 first-round picks that would have been Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and some, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
Yeah.
your whole world changes by trying to let Russ cook.
And, he would have burned down the entire facility.
Oh, they
Sirianni probably would have gotten a
would
fist
have
fight with
hated
him.
him in Philly. Like, he is just not he's the worst fit for Philly, probably.
Yeah. I
As a
mean,
QB, he just, like he just gets rattled, I feel like.
I think Kelsey would have hated him. He'd be like, I'm snapping the guy this ball, and he's
Yeah,
just a head
probably.
case. I mean, I don't know. I think Russ is getting exposed because if you look back on that run he had in Seattle, the Legion of Boom, I mean, took care of him like crazy.
Incredible.
Marshawn took care of him.
Oh, people
Even in that
forget how
Super
good of that
Bowl,
run game was. Like,
beast mode was
they could
different.
run the rock. Now, he had some good 4th quarters, like
Hmm.
but mainly just, like, he would just freaking scramble around and then just throw it to somebody. Like,
Yeah, and I don't.
that's not happening. He's too old to do all that anymore, you know?
Yeah, and I don't think it's remembered either that like when they were in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, that game winning potential drive, I'll call it, before he fucked it up. Um, he threw a Hail Mary pass to Curse, who I think bobbled it 3 times and caught it. So it wasn't
Yeah,
like Russ threw a dot and it was just in between coverage. Like
yeah.
his receivers made him look
And then
really
threw the
good.
pick to lose it.
Yep.
Yeah,
So I mean,
makes you think.
yeah, I think the Denver Broncos are probably gonna pull the plug and start trading off assets because you got to
Yeah.
rebuild. It's over.
If I'm the Eagles,
But
I'd get Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver 3 right now.
I don't think you guys actually want him because he seems like too much of a head case
I think he could
for
I think
any
he'd be
team.
alright in Philly.
Like I
If
would,
he knew his role, because then in Philly, you know your role.
you
And he's
have
back
to.
with Devontae, could
Yeah,
help
you're.
him
Yeah, so they were in
with his
college at the same
boy.
time.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
maybe
a
that's
little
enough
older.
information.
He's like a year older maybe.
Hmm.
But yeah, they were on that same because it was him, it was Judy, Devontae, Waddle,
Devontae,
and Ruggs. Think about
that's who it
that.
was. Rugs.
4 guys running at you. That's insane that was a wide receiver room. Yeah, so maybe
Yeah,
and was with Jalen.
yeah, true.
His freshman year was the year when Jalen got pulled in the natty for Tua. So they've been on the team. So, like,
Right.
I don't think the Eagles would do it, but I'm just saying, like, they do need a 3rd receiver because Quez Watkins can't
Quez ain't
catch a
doing it.
ball and split a double team to the don't get me started, but they probably wouldn't do it. But if you're in a win now mentality, if he's willing to be wide receiver 3, he could he'll be one-on-one or uncovered a lot of the time with the guys we have, so could work out for him.
I could see that. Just talking about the chemistry from his old teammates, I could see that working. I could just say, like, just as a Rams fan, like, because like normally I'll say like, oh, I'd love to trade for that guy. I would not want to trade for him.
Yeah.
From what I've
I feel
seen,
like he
like
wouldn't be
clips of
good
him,
on
he's
a
just odd.
team that's, like, in a battle, like a battle to make the playoffs
Like,
and
I
a
don't even
battle
think
to,
the
like
49ers would want him. I feel like he
'cause
would just break the team.
no, yeah, I feel like for the Rams too, he'd be like, "Oh, I should be wide receiver 2 on this team," and, like, maybe he isn't, but on the
Yep.
Eagles, like, "Bro, you are not 1 or
Ye
2."
You're not him. You're
Year
not
3,
two.
but you
You're
might put up numbers being 3. But yeah, I don't know. Be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah,
Like that was
I think
supposed to be better and isn't like
yeah.
your
There's high hopes
fantasy
in the
team.
off season, man.
Supposed to be good. Do you just sell now?
That was a shot right across the
It was a shot.
bow.
Got him.
Honestly, we might be renaming the team, man. Thinking of some funny names, like we might be parking the bus, just dropping off some assets.
Facts.
That team had so much potential, but
It
what
did.
we're
Still
focused.
does. You
No,
never know.
oh
Well,
no, they're dead.
you're
They're
playing
dead.
me this week, and my defense just dropped 19 points. So shout out Chiefs.
Dead as the door now. We're done.
Yeah.
It's over.
Potentially dead.
But I'm
Potentially
I'm
dead.
focused on Magawa. You know what I mean? Like I'm putting up one squad that's for
Yep.
Magawa, and if Justin Fields can continue to just kind of be
Continue
consistent,
balling. Yeah.
just we got a decent chance. But yeah, that you're probably gonna win this week. There's if you lose to my team, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, I might have to just start tanking with you.
Yeah, you might.
It might be tank
Oh,
season.
man. Just to everybody, anytime someone loses to me, they're like, "Do I have a problem?" Like,
Yeah,
you do.
just a little bit.
Man,
All right, with all this NFL talk, should we just go straight into the top 10?
let's do it.
All
Just
right,
dive right in.
let's cue her up.
Boom.
Boom. There we have it.
Not too many surprising changes, honestly.
No, but a lot of changes technically, but none
True.
that are that surprising. I guess we'll start with honorable mentions. Ravens drop out from the top 10 after a loss to the Steelers, and the Steelers have one of the worst offenses ever. You still lose. Bengals, we just threw them in there because I think they're back. I think they got their mojo back. Just a little cheap win. Slam
7-11.
the Cowboys, or sorry, the Cardinals. They'll probably slam the Cowboys if they played them, honestly.
Yeah, they will.
Big game this week against the Seahawks. That'll be one of our pick'em games. We'll be interested to see what we're thinking there. And then Rams, you can talk about the Rams a little bit, but I'll just say we kind of valued their 2 losses, or they have 3 losses, but their 2 losses being against the 1 and 2 team in the power rankings. We kind of valued that into our thought process, and they didn't get just utterly annihilated. Like the Niners have been annihilating people, and they were up by 10 late, shout out McVay, cover the spread. Like it wasn't horrible. It was tied at half, I think.
Yeah, it was tied at half.
And
I mean,
yeah, against the Eagles, they should have been leading at half and just kind of blew a 30-second and a half drive. So like they haven't been playing horrible. So we kind of there were a lot of teams that we could have threw in there. Like you could make an argument for like Chargers, like you could for Steelers are 3-2, but I think we both think that they're pretty shit. Like, there's a bunch of kind of mid-ish teams.
Yeah. I kind of vouch for the Rams just because like the loss to the 49ers, again, like you said, they just beat the Cowboys by what, 32 points or 35. I mean, who gives a shit when you start losing by 30 plus? Like it's just not good.
A lot of points.
So you lose to the number 1 team in the NFL by 7 points at home. Shout out McVay for covering. You lose to the number 2 team in the NFL by, I think we lost by 9. If I recall, it was like 20.
Yeah, 23-14, I think was final. Yeah.
And so the loss to the Niners was before Kupp came back from his injury. So you got Nakua running solo as the number 1. So just looking at the team, the way that they played last week, I mean, realistically, we're 1-2 Atwell deep post catch and a Cooper Kupp catch down the sidelines away from kind of having a little bit of a tougher ball game. Like those are 14. I would say those are 14 points in that swing. Like 2 catches that in stride, he's gone. Cooper Kupp, I guess I could say he won't. I don't think he'll outrun them at that point, but he'll probably get it down into the red zone. And
at least you got a chance, probably a field goal at least. Yeah.
So, but
that makes it that's a 10, and then it's like, all right, Eagles got to go score to win the game. You make it a close game.
So I'm gonna monitor, the Rams. I just kind of keep my eye on them as far as like I know we have the Cardinals this week, so we should just have kind of a good bounce back game.
Yeah, it'll probably be a win, and you kind of just hang around the honorable mention spot because the Cardinals win probably won't. It's not gonna fly you up the board, I would guess. The Cardinals lost though.
Hey,
I could shoot you right back down.
We're out of there. But yeah, I mean, call it a biased opinion, and I'll probably say you're right. But what are you gonna do? Sue me.
We'll go to the Cowboys at 10. Get annihilated by the Niners. The only reason why they stay in is because it was the Niners.
Yeah.
Like, if it was any other team that just smacked them, probably move them down. But their peak performance is probably still they're a top 3 to 5 team in the league at their
I'd give them top
peak. I
5.
guess they could play like they could in theory beat anyone in the top 5 theoretically. Now I don't know about the Niners. They just have their number, but they've beaten the Eagles before. They haven't played much of the Chiefs, Bills, or Dolphins just because it's AFC. But yeah, they're gonna need to. They lose to the Chargers, man. See ya, Cowboys.
Yep, they'll be off the top 10.
And then Bucks and Seahawks kind of just luck out from having a bye. They just kind of move up by default because the Cowboys moved down. So they just kind of both. The Seahawks went up 1 spot, and the Bucks went up technically 2 because they were honorable mention, and then Cowboys drop and Ravens drop all the way out. So kind of just by default, they win by not playing. Now they're kind of sitting in a spot where 1 loss and they're probably both back below where the Ravens are.
Yep.
Because I think Ravens at 3-2 are better than Seahawks and Bucks if they were 3-2, if that makes sense. But for now, you're alive. You can be in the top 10
for the time being.
Yeah.
For
Jags at 7. This is one where we didn't really know. We could have went super trolly kind of and put the Jags ahead of the Bills because they just played and won. Now the reason that we didn't and we kept them at 7. One, that means that we would have had to put like in any scenario. We felt that we got to keep the Bills ahead of the Dolphins just because we just watched them annihilate them. I get that the Bills now have 2 losses and the Dolphins have 1, but I just saw it with my own 2 eyes 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
The reason why we didn't make the same decision with the Jags is only because of the London factor. And I think people are underestimating that. Like the Bills flew over there, jet lag, couple days or a day or 2 to prepare, play. Jags have been chilling in London for probably, let's say they probably flew out there Friday of the week of their first game. So they had been there at that point for pushing 10 days.
Yeah.
So they're totally accustomed to weather, what food they're eating, they're getting proper sleep now, like all of that stuff. And they still had a pretty tight game with the Bills. So we're still kind of, it's a little bit of projection kind of, but until the Jags kind of stack a few more wins, I'm not going to say it's a fluke win, but
we'll keep an eye on it.
It's as close to one as you can get.
I mean, if you're
without it
telling
being
me
a fluke.
that ETN's going to go off for 100 and plus on the ground, 2 tubs, and have a bunch out of the backfield receiving every game, then
Yeah.
I will buy the Jags. But
Yeah, I just
I
think
don't know.
not yet.
The
A
London
great
factor is
win. The
big.
London factor was a big thing that I think people will probably undersell.
Yeah.
So that's why we just have them still behind. Like last week, I remember us saying the top 7
Mhm.
were pretty clear. That was with the Cowboys at 7. Now the Cowboys are down. I'd say the top 6 would be
Yeah.
I'd say the Jags are the cutoff, and then I feel like there's a clear jump from 6 to 1.
Yeah.
Even though the
agree.
Bills lost to the Jags, I do think the London factor is a little bit of a thing. So Lions kind of just who did they even play? Panthers?
Yeah, I think they
Right?
just beat
Yeah.
the piss out of the
So
Panthers.
who cares? You stay at 6, doesn't matter. Dolphins beat the shit out of who? Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't matter. Don't even need to talk about that really.
Just,
Just
another
kind
day
of
in the
hold and
office.
serve.
Yeah.
And then the Bills, obviously with the loss to the Jags, drop down. We just couldn't drop them below the Dolphins, even though now they have 2 losses and the Dolphins have 1. Just because that Dolphins 1 loss is against the Bills, and it was a big loss. Like if it was a close field goal nail biter game, okay, I could see me moving them down. But the fact that they beat them so handily, keeping the Bills up.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off of them. The Bills did 48-20.
Yeah.
So
Like that's
Josh
a 30,
Allen, 4
30
tubs,
point game. That's beat them by 4 touchdowns. So
it's a lot.
like if it would have been all right, Bills win on a game-winning field goal. Okay, I could get behind it, but not when you lose like that.
Can't happen.
Chiefs kind of just we keep them at 3. Eagles jump both of them, just because now they played their best game so far. I don't know if I wouldn't say against the best team they played, because probably the Bucks is still. I think the Bucks are maybe a little better than the Rams right now. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's close. Though. If those two teams played, I think it's a down to the wire type of game. But the Chiefs really haven't played anybody. I mean, they just played the Broncos, who are horrible. So it felt right to reward the 2 5-0 squads. Niners, obviously. Niners will be, in my eyes, Niners are number 1 probably until they lose. And that's only if they lose and the
Yeah.
Eagles are still undefeated at that point.
Yeah, the Niners look like they're just on a different level this
Yeah.
year. I mean,
If they keep beating the crap out of people, they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Nope.
Unless we see in, I think it's week 13, Eagles Niners. If they're like same losses, if one has 1, one has 2, or something like that, and the Eagles win, okay, you can give them a nod because finally we've seen them head to head. Or if the Niners win, obviously they'd stay at 1. But that's kind of the only time. But
Yeah.
it's going to be for the Eagles. I'll just talk about the Eagles a little bit. They play, if you look at this list, they play the top 5. If you take them out, they play the number 1 team. They'll play the Niners. They'll play the Chiefs. They'll play the Bills. They'll play the Dolphins.
Bud.
They'll play the Seahawks also.
Bud.
They already played the Bucks. They're going to play the Cowboys twice. And they played the Rams. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the top, call it 13 teams that the Eagles have to play, which is pretty crazy. So this whole, like, the Eagles, Chiefs, Bills, Dolphins, Niners is going to get real funky when one team beats one, and then Bills play the Dolphins again, or Bills play the Chiefs. Like, everyone's going to probably do a little round robin, and it's going to get real weird. It's going to get
That's
like
what
the
we love.
Pac-12. It's going to get like the Pac-12 when everyone just beats everybody the whole season.
That's what we're here for. We want it
Yeah.
to get a little weird, get a little interesting.
Facts.
No, I mean, I think like we said, there's a clear-cut difference from 6 down.
Yeah.
7 to 10 is kind of interchangeable, even with the honorable mentions. So, one big thing that I'd like to see from the Ravens this week is, can we catch the goddamn ball, please?
Catch the rock.
Just if it hits you here or anywhere with these hands,
I'll say it because I love this guy, USC legend, Eagles Super Bowl legend, Nelson Aguilar. It's just when you get a Nelson on your team, and I know I've met him personally at USC. He's really good friends with my friend Randall, who was on the track team there. I want to see nothing but success for a former Super Bowl champion, but he just brings the drops with him.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's not even the drops per se. It's like, it's just bad drops. Like, he'll make some crazy catches.
Yeah.
Like, in the game, I think before he caught a touchdown pass, or one of the previous games he had caught a touchdown pass. I'm not 100% sure, but I saw a clip the other day of him scoring with the Ravens. I'm pretty sure he did. And then just like free touchdown, like in your hands, just straight drop city out there. You tell me if he's caught a touchdown. I could be totally capping. I'll just look at stats.
Yeah, because I thought it was against the Browns, but he didn't. Yeah, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's got 1 touchdown against who? 5 catches, 14 catches, 1 touchdown.
Oh, I see. It was against the Bengals.
Yeah. Okay, so week 2.
Week 2.
Week 2 he got 1, yeah. But man. And even in the game, like, he was 4 for 5, 64 yards. So, like, not horrible, but that one drop, it's just like, was so bad. It's like, dude, in the most crucial scenarios, it's just so tough.
Yeah. I mean, I hate, talking trash on a former Trojan, especially like you said, a Super Bowl champion, but man, you're a receiver. I got to have you catch the ball. Like, I don't
catch the rock, buddy. It's your job.
Yeah.
Getting paid millions.
And millions.
Man, and I know high school kids that can catch. They're getting paid nothing. They got to go to algebra. Like, come on now, son.
They technically pay to catch because they have to get the gloves and all that.
Facts. Might have to go to a private school, might have to pay, like,
Yeah.
a lot of factors here.
Pay for Chegg,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different factors in there.
Alright, so that's our top 10. Obviously, let us know what you guys think. You probably won't have much criticism because it's the best list you'll find out there, no doubt.
Of course.
Um,
Simple.
but yeah, where should we go? Should we go to our college?
Yeah, let's go to
Move
our
on to
college
picks of the week.
picks. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull that up.
Nice little
Perfect.
breast cancer
Yeah.
themed
Little colorway there,
pit, little giving us a little different vibe. I like
Yeah,
the vibe.
you like it? I try, try to change it up a little
We got the
bit,
headshots in there. We're looking glamorous. I
Yeah,
like this.
I'm pretty sure people are wondering whether I'm faded or not in the picture, and hey, that's for your imagination to
That's
figure
up
out,
for you to think about. I'm gonna pull up. I do my own little I'll pick the spreads sometimes and just kind of see how I do. I'm gonna pull this up too because I have some of the games listed and
Oh
my
yeah,
thoughts
I
on them.
forgot about that.
So we'll see. But I guess we'll start We'll start with our game. I say our game just because we're two USC fans.
Yeah.
We're rolling with SC. Now forecasts say could be windy, could be rainy. Don't like
Mhm.
that. Definitely concerns me a little bit.
Running game's gonna have to pick it up a little bit, which
Yes.
I think Marshawn's gonna pick up a
I
lot
would.
on the ground.
The only thing that worries me is stopping the run. That
We
would
gotta
be
stop
my worry.
Estime.
If it's raining though, that means the
He's slipping
DBs
too.
won't have to cover as much because they won't throw it as much. Could be good.
True.
But I think the spread on this. I think Notre Dame is technically favored.
Really?
Yeah, USC is 3-point underdogs. Which means
To be neutral.
neutral field. It's a
Yeah.
pick 'em. But I
Mhm.
feel like neutral field in a dome. I think USC wins a shootout. I
Yeah.
don't even know if Notre Dame can even play in a shootout scenario. Um, I think that Notre Dame they have had a tough 4-game stretch of Ohio State, Duke, Louisville. Now they're gonna cap it off with USC. They've been down to the wire type of games. I guess they kind of got killed by Louisville in the end, but my theory, and I don't know, I could just be picking the homer side of I just think they run out of gas.
Yeah.
And just in the fourth quarter, kind of just Caleb takes over like he typically does, and USC wins by 10 to 14 points. That's my thought.
I'm kind of with you on that. Just kind of looking at their schedule breakdown. Like you said, you lose a heartbreaker at home to Ohio State to start that stint. Then you go to Duke. I don't remember what their stadium's called. But you have a hard fought battle. You win that one, and then you just get obliterated by Louisville. Like I watched in the fourth quarter, Louisville was running up the middle and going
Yeah.
untouched to the end zone. So um, I think, like we had talked about last week or last episode, I think what you were talking about, Caleb's going to start running pretty early because he knows this game is big.
Yeah.
And I really think Caleb is going to have more of an effect on the ground to control the game. He's going to do a lot more read options, make sure we're keeping it, little quarterback power.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I could
so
see that.
I see that happening. I see USC taking some timely shots down the field, but I really think is Zachariah Branch healthy?
They're not sure yet. It's a
Okay, game
game
time.
time decision. He's been practicing this week.
I saw that.
So
Okay.
I don't know if he'll play. I don't know when we'll know that. I'm gonna take USC anyway.
Yeah.
If he plays, I'm more excited about it. I think you just he can just change a game for you so quick, especially there hasn't been since he's been out, they've been no threat on kick return or punt return.
Yep.
That changes a whole he was almost scoring a touchdown a game just on that alone, or at least setting up 1 or 2 touchdowns a game just off of field position itself.
Yeah.
So that changes a lot.
I'm with you. I think USC in the fourth quarter pulls away. It's either a 10 to 14 point win. I was debating between 14 to 21. I don't think 21 because it is in front of touchdown Jesus, and I think
Yeah.
there's a little effect about
And
that.
I think that if the weather does end
Yeah.
up being an issue, it kind of just lends itself to not as many
Not as many
points.
points. Yeah.
And you could see a 35-24
Yeah,
type
I
of
can
vibe,
see that.
which I want to say was that the score of the game last year?
Could have
I'm
been.
gonna find this out.
Because I'm just looking at the stat line for Notre Dame because I mean, I haven't really been that impressed with Sam. I think it's Hartman, right?
Yep, Sam
Hartman.
Hartman.
I haven't been impressed with him through this 4-game stint or 3-game
30,
stint.
38-27. So basically, there's your 11-point difference right there. That was last year.
Okay.
38-27. And if we kind of look at it, USC jumps out 10-7, 17-7 at half, 24-14 at the end of the third. It was kind of just always a 2-score game the whole way through. Which I don't know if I see that necessarily happening. I like it as close the first half, maybe like 3 points in it or a touchdown at the most, and then it kind of turns into a 10 to 14 point win late. Maybe it gets to 7 just because you get like a Notre Dame scores a touchdown with like minute 30 left, do the onside kick, that kind of fluky to make it close type of game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, some Mickey Mouse magic late.
I think it's I think late in the fourth, it's SC up by 2 possessions and get one stop and it's over. Now, will they get the stop? I don't know. You never know.
I really think the defense is going to answer the call this week.
I hope
think
so.
I hope they're tired of hearing their name. Caleb stood by
Man.
them, which I'm very happy with my quarterback standing behind my defense. But man, if we can't cover anybody, just blitz, especially in the rain. Just make the quarterback think
Make it
really
difficult.
quick, make
Yeah.
it tough. Like
Stack some guys in the box, man. Like
force Hartman to beat you. I mean, I was just looking at his QBR, and I'm going to double check it again just so I don't slander it too far. But right now his QBR is 68.8. So
yeah,
I mean,
been
for
all right.
what is this
He's
guy?
been very
27?
game manager type. You know,
Yeah.
hasn't really been asked to do too much, but hasn't done a lot. Hasn't really like, all right, I'm gonna throw for 400, and we're gonna
Yeah.
win, and we're gonna win this game. Like it's been timely plays, smart plays.
I don't think
Never
Notre
like
Dame is built
I'm
to
him.
do
I'm
that.
taking over.
Yeah, I just don't think Notre Dame has a receiving core to just say we're going to air it out and beat you through the air.
And that's why I'll always lean towards a team like USC or Washington or Oregon or teams like that where it's like at any given moment they could
Just light
throw.
up.
Penix could throw for 400. Nix could throw for 300, run for 100. You know, like Notre Dame just won't do that. It's like
Yeah.
even someone like Michigan or Georgia, which is why in our top 10 we've had them so low. It's like they don't have that offensive equalizer yet. Now they might find it later in the
Yeah.
year where you're like, okay, we literally cannot stop Michigan on the run and their play action is too good. But as of now, like the best offenses I've seen are clearly in the Pac-12, and then you throw in a Oklahoma or
Yeah.
a Texas, and you know, into that mix. LSU has a great offense, but their defense is probably worse than USC's.
That's saying something.
Yeah, that's saying a lot.
But, you know, we'll see what happens. We're going to ride with
Mhm.
the Trojans and kind of see where that's going. Let's kind of drop down to the SEC matchup here.
Okay.
Kentucky, Missouri. It's in Kentucky.
It's a pretty big game just for like SEC East.
SEC,
Like
yeah,
okay, are
standings.
one of you guys gonna try? Like Kentucky's probably already out of the running because now Georgia would have to lose twice. But like Missouri, like are you gonna give this thing a go? Is someone gonna try and knock Georgia out of the SEC East standings?
Yeah, how do those stand up right now? Like, who has
I'm
a
looking
chance?
right now. So like Missouri's 1-1, obviously, but their one loss is to LSU.
So
Like
that's out. Yeah,
technically,
it's
if
West.
Missouri runs the table and beats Georgia, they're in the SEC championship. So it's like Georgia, Kentucky, Florida, Missouri, Tennessee. That's kind of your group. So like this is the loser of this is basically you're dead in the SEC East, and the winner, I
You got a
would say,
chance.
even if Kentucky wins, it's like they already lost to Georgia, so Georgia would have to lose 2 times, which I don't see likely. So like for Missouri,
Yeah.
it's a huge game because you can stay alive, which is why we both picked them, and because we hate
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Well, we've fallen for the Kentucky, literally the little trinket. You know, they kind of
It's fade Kentucky season forever.
just can't have it. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
so
basketball; it's
Missouri are
football.
2.5-point underdogs.
I'll live with 2.5.
Give me the
Yeah,
give me
give me
the
the 2.5.
Tigers, baby. Give me
Yeah.
the Tigers at Kentucky. I don't care. I'm riding with the
Kentucky.
Missouri Tigers.
Yes, sir. So that'll be a good SEC matchup.
Yeah, it'll be
Uh,
fun.
Going to a pivotal Pac-12 matchup that we talked about in the
Yeah,
last
which one?
episode.
Got
Washington,
2
Oregon.
pivotal. Okay,
We can
we'll
go
go
with
to the big
Washington,
game.
Oregon.
All
We'll go
right.
to the big dog.
This is the biggest
Or you
game
know
of the
what? No.
weekend.
Let's go down to UCLA, then we can
Yeah,
go
we
back
could,
up. You know what I
or
mean?
we could save it. We'll save that one for the end because it's game
Yeah,
of the
let's say that
weekend.
one.
All
It's a
right.
good one. So we can go down to UCLA, Oregon State, another pivotal Pac-12 matchup. UCLA is from the Pac-12 South, Oregon State from the Pac-12 North, so it's not
But
as large. But I think we talked about there's no
technically though,
division
on the
this year, right?
Pac-12, yeah, there's no division.
So it all matters.
So
Okay.
that's why it's just an absolute mix fest. Like, let me read. This is crazy. There are 7 Pac-12 teams that are in the top 20, not just 25.
Yes.
Top 20. Washington 7, Oregon 8, USC 10, Oregon State 15, Utah 16, UCLA 18, Washington State 19. Then you throw in Colorado in there and Shadur. They'll always kind of give a team a game. You throw Arizona in there, who just gave SC a game and gave Washington a decent battle.
Yeah.
You throw Cal in there, who just dropped 40 on Oregon State in a 52-40 loss. Like, you got some teams in there that are like, it is an absolute mix fest. I don't know what is going to happen in this freaking conference, but like every game matters so much.
Yeah, it's crazy looking at that. Like you said, like it's a big game for Oregon State and UCLA just to stay in it,
Hmm.
just to stay relevant. I mean, we're both, I believe, going with Oregon State.
Yep.
I think DJ is gonna get the win. I just trust a veteran quarterback over a freshman quarterback. UCLA's defense is phenomenal.
Very
Um,
good.
but it's kind of crazy to say with the Chip Kelly led team that I just don't trust their offense, but
Yeah.
that's just the world we live in right now.
I think their offense will be better in this game simply because they've already gone on the road to Utah.
Mhm.
So like they'll at least, this is second time around going on the road. It'll be a big game. They'll be a little more settled in if I had to guess. The reason why I'm leaning Oregon State is UCLA just had a really big win over Washington State to kind of get them back into Pac-12 relevancy. And I think it's just tough to win 2 tough games back to back, especially when you're playing teams like this every week.
Yeah, and I think
But
Corvallis is a pretty tough place to play as well.
yeah, it'll be rocking up there. Shout out my guy Silas Bolden, running it up for Oregon State, Rancho Cucamonga legend.
Kind of looking for him to have a big game, actually.
Facts. That's my guy right there. His parents were my track coaches growing up. Ran with him all my life. So looking for a big game from my boy Silas.
You gonna send him a text before the game? Hey, I picked you. Like, don't fuck
Maybe
it up.
might have to get him going.
Yeah,
I'd have to get my guy going. He's been putting on though. I think he scored 2 touchdowns in their game
I think he did. Yeah,
when they beat Utah. Yeah,
yeah.
he
I think if
did.
I recall, he had a pretty big game.
He caught a 27-yard pass and ran a 45-yard run. So he's been balling out there.
Yeah, I really think. I mean, especially looking at the weather there, 65 and rainy. I think it's gonna be a game on the ground. I like DJ to use his legs a lot more.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
see Oregon State pulling off that win.
I think they do. But if you're someone who likes to bet Oregon State
3.5.
3.5, I would, if you took UCLA plus 3.5, I would not say no to you.
Nope.
Say Oregon State wins game-winning field goal, boom, you cover the spread. Bob's
That's
your
good.
uncle. You know,
Facts.
you're feeling good. So I do think it's a close game. UCLA to win it is tough. If you took the points, I mean, I could ride with you on that though. Well, it should be a good game. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm excited to watch that one, and then just going up to a little ACC matchup with Miami, North Carolina, at North Carolina in Chapel Hill. We kind of at first we initially had both Miami. Then I kind of decided, I'm just gonna rock with the Tar Heels. I know they got who's that wide receiver that is eligible now
Tez
for
Walker, I think.
Tez Walker. Yeah,
Full name Quintez, maybe.
Quintez could be. I didn't do enough research on that. Again, I'm a stooge. What do you
John,
expect?
something Tez. They call him Tez though. I know that.
So I'm looking for Tez to kind of come out, have a big game. The Miami team,
Could be dead.
yeah. When I heard on the Pat McAfee show today, shout out the boys, that the players held a players only meeting this early about that
Yeah.
and said, we don't talk about Georgia Tech ever again. It never existed. I kind of think they're going to spiral now. They went from a team that everyone thought could maybe win a championship and go to the playoffs to now I mean, if you're calling a players only meeting in week 5, I mean, it's not looking great.
Yeah,
So roll with 'em.
I'm going the complete opposite. I believe in the players only meeting. It's like,
Oh,
remember the Titans, coaches didn't call this meeting. And then everybody comes in and then they do a little song and dance in the middle. The white guy starts singing and then the black guy starts singing and then they get all hyped. That's what's going to happen. They're going to come out looking
okay.
for revenge. I think it's good that they can go on the road. They can just go, because that game happened at home, right? When they lost.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, just go on the road. Don't have to worry about like getting booed as you're running out the tunnel by your own fans. Like, go on the road somewhere. Play. They're not horrible. They should have won. I mean, they should be undefeated. So like, I'm treating them as if they're an undefeated team. Like the players, I hope the
Are
players still
undefeated.
feel. Yeah, I hope they still feel like they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Like, and have that mentality of, okay, we're going into this game. We still have everything ahead of us. So I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna believe in the U.
Okay. Hey,
Shout out to you, baby.
you you believe in the U.
I
I'm
believe.
believing Mac Brown. I've seen him in these games before.
That's fair.
Man's just he
Drake
just
May,
knows.
good QB.
Yep. Drake May's gonna do his thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think he's gonna get Tez into the game really quick. I expect Hampton to kind of just run the rock, take care of business. 65-degree game at kickoff. You know, no weather's supposed to come through, so it should be nice and
Should be a
clear.
perfect day.
Yeah, perfect for some
Perfect night, I guess.
ACC
It should be at the
football.
night, yeah.
Yeah. So that should be a good game. And then for the
Go to
main
game of the
event,
main
the
event.
piece de
Probably,
resistance.
we've been saying it, especially when it comes to our rankings. This Washington's our number one team. This has
Right
been
on this.
our game of the year so far, in our opinion.
Yeah.
Even bigger than Ohio State Notre Dame for us. This was the one. Was hoping they could both get here undefeated, and they did.
They did.
And
They
I
delivered.
am very, very excited about this one. One, well, everyone's like, whoa. Even some of the kids that I coach at the high school, they'd be like, "What are you gonna do when Washington loses to Oregon?" I'm like, I don't know, man. Maybe we'll never know because it probably won't happen.
Might happen. Might not happen.
Might not happen. But if it does, then they're not number one. You think I'm just gonna leave them there? All right.
We're
Shitters.
stooges, but we're not that stupid.
No. But I still think
Gotta have respect.
Washington.
I think Washington's number one.
I think they win, man. I think this should be a game. I think I'm picking them straight. If this was in Autzen,
I'd pick Oregon.
I'd probably take Oregon. I think this is a home, like whoever was home was going to win this game. Now, I think the best thing Oregon can do is try and silence the crowd as quick as you can.
Yep.
And
Get
how
2
I would
touchdowns on
do
the board.
that, if I win the toss, I'm not deferring. I want the ball. Give me the ball and let me go score. It'll be a tough drive because it'll be the first drive and everyone's going crazy. But if you go down and score
You'll quiet that
and
crowd
you're
pretty
boom 7-zip, the crowd will be in it still, obviously, but it won't be as bad as if Washington boom 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 score. Now they're going nuts, 3 and out. You got a punt and you're like, wait a second, we're about to be down 2 scores already. Don't do that. If you win the toss, go score and just set the tone from the jump.
I'm really excited to finally see Bo Nix versus Penix, bro. Like this is the matchup we've been waiting for all year. I mean, this sets up, and I think it's gonna be good for everyone to see how good the quarterbacks are in the Pac-12 this year. Like there's some fucking dogs in the Pac-12. Like
Oh, this is
they
going to be a
are
treat, man.
good.
For anyone that hasn't been staying up to watch, like no one's probably watched
Yeah.
Oregon since that Colorado game. Probably no one's. I have friends who support Pac-12 teams that say I haven't really watched Washington, and I'm like, so why are you getting on me for putting them at number one when you haven't even freaking watched them all year? So like,
Bunch
you
of
get to,
hindsight
of course,
Harrys.
you're gonna watch Michigan and Georgia because they're always on at noon or they're on at 9 a.m. Like, hey, if there's one thing about us, we will stay up until 11 to watch a game.
Yeah.
We were at the USC game till 11:30. We're about it. We'll watch every single game. So
Yeah.
just trust us. All right. It's not
Just
like
a
we're just
little.
making it up. We watched them and we think they're the best. You think Michigan's the best? Okay, whatever. We have them at 2, so it's not like we're just shitting on them.
Well, we want to, but we don't do.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to.
Yeah,
I'd love to.
I'd love to give him a people's elbow, just right out of the top 10, but it hasn't happened yet.
Facts.
So those are some
So
good picks. We'll see
yeah,
what
we'll see.
happens. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's gonna be a fun weekend.
oh, and
It's gonna be a
that's
prime.
just the pinnacle of
And
it,
and
you
what
know.
I think is good this week, a few weekends, the few past weekends, like there's been like 3 good games on at the same time, and like we only got 2 TVs at my house, so it's like sometimes the game's missing out. But this week it's like,
They're staggered pretty well.
yeah, like boom, 12:30 Oregon Washington, and there's really the other games are like you could watch A&M Tennessee, boom, that's a second TV type of game, you know,
Hmm.
and then you get to 4:30 and like, that's when it'll get a little more stacked. At least you have the UCLA game starting at 5, which staggers it a little bit, but it's like, boom, SC on a big TV, Miami, North Carolina on a small TV, and then when one
Or
goes to
back to
halftime,
UCLA.
you go into a UCLA and you do a little boom, 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 flick, 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 click, click, and we're feeling good.
I like that.
Yeah,
A good play right there. And then, I mean, that's a good way. We're talking about how great the weekend is. Then we can just kind of jump. That's our Saturday slate. Now we jump
I
into the
know.
Sunday slate.
Boom. More
I
breast
mean,
cancer awareness.
yeah,
If you guys didn't know, we're huge,
huge fan of breasts. Big supporters. Big.
yes, and we don't want them to have cancer.
No, want to make sure everything's
So
good. You know.
there we go. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Whenever you need it.
Yeah. Of course. We're part
Yep.
of the FBI, right?
Yeah.
That's
There we go.
part of that organization.
Mm-hmm. I
I
like
mean,
that.
should we just start with the poop
Start with
bowl
the
part
poop bowl
two? I mean,
if we have to, and
I
we're
mean,
split.
yeah, we're split in the shit. You know what I mean?
We are split. It obviously poop bowl goes to any game that is just like, dude, this we got to watch this. When the year started, didn't think that this would be a bad game. Thought, okay, Vikings coming off a 11-win season. Bears, this is their year, right? Fields is going to take the next step. Nope and nope.
Well, yeah,
Both 1-4.
better than my fantasy
Jay
team. So
Jettis is out. But I'm going to believe, if I were to believe in one team, I'm believing in a team led by Kirk O'Chains. I will never put my faith in a Justin Fields. Maybe Justin Fields, but not the Chicago Bears. Anytime you think, okay, this is the time, this is the game to win, to kind of set up the season, nope, they'll lose. They'll lose 100%, and the Vikings will win. I just have a feeling. I don't care if it's in Soldier Field. Don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Give me the Vikings.
I'll tell you what, I agree with everything you said, but I'm still gonna go with the Bears
Okay.
because I
All right.
think, I think honestly, I
'Cause
think
why
this is a
not?
game. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. What do I got to lose? I think Justin Fields, he's been kind of getting his rhythm these past 2 games. I'm not sold to the fact where I'll say he's, the second coming of Christ here at quarterback, but I've seen enough from him in these past 2 games where I could say, okay, I think he's going to get it together.
Mhm.
I think there's going to be a lot of deep balls to DJ Moore, which is good to stretch the defense. And I really see Cole Kmet getting a lot of catches over the middle because I think this Vikings defense is very weak in the middle. So um, I think the Bears will kind of grind it out. I don't think it'll be a very high scoring game. I think they're going to probably win it like 21-17,
Okay.
kind of grind it out with Kirk.
Sure.
I think not having Justin Jefferson, I almost said Justin Fields again. Not having Jay Jettas is going to be a really big drop in production from the wide receiver core.
Mhm.
I just don't think Addison. I mean, he's a good number 2. I don't necessarily think he's a number 1 right now.
Yeah.
And that running game with Madison, I'm not confident enough in it to say like, okay, they could take over the game. So I got the Bears winning Poop Bowl part 2. I mean, they lost the first one in Soldier Field. There's no way in hell they lose the second one there, right? Like you just
There's a way.
there's a way.
With these guys, there's a way.
Yeah. So I might get my heart broke by Justin Fields and the Bears,
Yeah.
but it's life.
Go out on your shield.
Might as well.
All right, we'll go down to we'll go Bengals Seahawks.
I like that.
We'll do a nice little U and we'll come back. Or we'll do the top 4 and then we'll do Chargers Cowboys at the end just cuz it's the
It's a
Monday
pretty
night
decent
game. But
game.
this is like the sleeper really good game of the week, I'd say. Bengals Seahawks. Like just
Yeah.
cuz we thought the Bengals would be really good, tough, shaky start, but they have a chance to go 3-3 with a
Mhm.
win here, and Seahawks have started off well, 3-1. So I think both these teams are good. Um I'm going with the Bengals to kind of start their run of getting back to normal. I would say that I would lean the team that's coming off the bye, which
Yeah.
is the Seahawks, because they've had time to prepare. But I almost think it benefits the Bengals to be hot. So we
Yeah.
just put up points. Let's roll right into another game. I don't want to. I think in this situation, if you were the Seahawks, you're catching a hot Bengals team who's starting to feel themselves. Joe Burrow just came out and said, "I'm feeling good with my ankle or my calf."
Calf. Yeah. Calf.
So I think they're ready to start taking flight.
I can't disagree with you. I was kind of on the fence with it because I know how good the Seahawks are as far as they're in our top 10. But then I saw a clip on Twitter where I think it was DK Metcalf was saying that Witherspoon is going to lock down Jamar Chase, and Jamar responded and posted it. And so
Why
I
would
think
you say
Jamar's going off for over a buck, nice little buck, and he's probably going to have 2 to 3 tubs. So
Yeah, probably.
he just sealed their fate. And
Yeah, idiot.
yeah, as soon as I
Stupid
see that,
idiot.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, sorry, Witherspoon, you're in a tough matchup because you got a pissed off Jamar Chase. So
Yeah.
have fun.
Good luck.
Yeah. So I think the Bengals continue to roll a little bit here, and kind of show. I mean, in the preseason, I predicted that the Bengals were going to make a run again this year. So I think they're going to kind of show to form that they will do that. That they are still that team.
Mhm.
Everybody freaks out on them in the beginning of the year, especially the fact in our fantasy football league, somebody traded Jamar Chase week 2 for, I mean, a soap bucket and a mop. That was maybe
Yeah, I
some
don't
Mr.
need. I know
Clean Magic
CeeDee Lamb was a
erasers.
part of the trade. I don't know what it was, but
Bro, it was,
you're just gonna give up on your guy after 2 weeks, especially in a dynasty league.
yeah,
Crazy. I mean, it's not full dynasty because you only keep 3. It's a keeper league, but still, that's a guy
yeah,
you keep for the next minimum 5 years.
yeah.
So
Sure enough,
it wouldn't have been me that did that.
no,
That's for sure.
no. I have Jamar Chase in another league, and I had someone reach out the first 2 weeks and said, "Hey, do you want to get rid of him?" I said, "No,
No,
I'm
I'll
good."
stick it out.
And he dropped 54 points for me. So,
Yeah.
you know, he's
Thank you,
back.
Jamar.
Thank you, Jamar. Let's kind of continue this little U formation. Let's go with the Buccaneers Lions here.
Okay.
I mean, it's MCDC and the boys. I mean, what other coach do I need? He's telling people, I don't care if you got 3 toes and 1 ass cheek, we'll
Yeah.
whoop your ass. What else do I need? The guy chugs Red Bull just to wake up in the morning, and I think he said 2 Venti iced coffees with
Yeah, that guy's a
triple espresso.
maniac.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with that coach and with the
That's fair.
Lions. That defense is so stingy, and Jared Goff's actually being a great quarterback now. Which, hey, if you would have done this in LA, we wouldn't have traded you. Would have won a Super Bowl, but good to see for him that he's starting to come to form.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna go with
probably
the Lions.
gonna. This is one where I kind of went out on a limb. Now I'm gonna go with the team that came off the bye. I'm gonna believe in Baker for a week.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take them to win. I would feel they're getting 3.5 points as underdogs, so they lose by a field goal, they still cover. I like that, but I'll still take them to win. I think I think he's got a little magic for us this season. Their one loss is a game against the Eagles, that kind of just got away from them. Eagles ran the ball really well on the ground. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is going to be a tight game, and I think Baker coming off Red River, feeling good, might give us a little magic. That's what I'm feeling.
I hate to kill your betting line there, but I see on ESPN it's a 3-point line.
3 now?
Yeah,
I'll take the 3 still and get a push.
sure.
Give me that.
Just want to make
Give me
sure
the
with the
push.
viewers. I don't need to see in the comments you said it was
Hey,
3.5,
when
and
I
we're
got it, it
like,
was
hey,
3.5.
yeah,
So that
let's,
means people are starting to bet
yeah,
Buccaneers here. So
yeah.
the
So,
people are liking the Bucks. That's all I'll say about that.
I
Maybe
mean,
not to win, but they like them. They like them with the points.
it's true. I like the Bucks. I like the Lions a lot more.
Yeah.
So we'll see if MCDC can continue to get the boys to
Yeah.
keep playing at this high level because
They can go to
I mean,
5-1. I mean,
yeah,
that's a great start to the year, man. For a lot for
yeah.
Detroit. Jeez, be wonderful.
They haven't seen a season I don't even think they've seen a season like that since they had Barry Sanders. So
Yeah,
that's
probably.
it's pretty intense. So
Yeah.
now we go up to I mean, it's kind of a mid bowl with the Jaguars Colts right
Mhm.
now. We're both rolling with the Jaguars. Colts don't have AR. They do have Minshew Mania though, so there could be some magic there. Zach Moss, I think, is still going to continue to have a majority of the carries because he's the hot hand, even though you just
Yeah.
paid JT what, like 25 mil for 3 years or
Yeah, I don't
something.
know how. I think it was more than that. I don't even know what the contract was. 3 years and something.
I
3
I
years
just
and too much.
Yeah, I just don't get how you get a guy that's saying I'm going to sit out and not be a part of the team, this and that, and then says I want to get traded, and then in a matter of weeks, okay, I'm back. Like here, I'm going to
Yeah, I
take the
just don't
bulk of the
understand
carries.
the Colts being like, "Nah, we don't value you that high. We want to trade you." Well, it's just
To
interesting. So they
we'll
said, "We
see,
don't
just
value
wait.
you," right? And then
Yep.
teams tried to trade for him, and then the Colts say, "No, we want more for that. We want more than that." But it's like, you guys don't value him for that much, so why would we give you more?
Yeah.
And then the Colts are like, "Okay, never mind. We're not going to trade him." And then they're like, "Okay, never mind. We'll just pay him." And then, "Oh, okay, in his first game, we'll just give Zach Moss the ball 30 times."
The
And you
the
could have just
math is
been
not
doing
math.
that. You could have just been doing that from the jump, man. Like you could have
Yeah.
just bought the or bit the bullet, man, and just like
Paid him.
and either paid him or like upfront, boom, you don't have to worry, or just you might have to trade him, and it might be for cheaper than you wanted to. But you're the ones that said that you don't value running back. So what do you think? People are just gonna give you a high offer? Like that's bad business. You said you want to trade him, so of course I'm gonna come in and lowball you.
Hell yeah. It's the way it
Like you
works.
say, we don't really value running back that much, but you're expecting me to value running back?
Kick rocks. Ain't gonna happen.
Idiot. Dumb. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
game would have been more fun if AR was playing, but I think the Jags start to get hot. Big win against after
it's the Bills.
yeah, against the Bills. I think they just start rolling.
My big question is if Doug Peterson is calling plays now, I would pick the Jags to make another push in the playoffs.
He better
But
be.
I got to know if he is. If Sir Doug Peterson is calling plays for uh, Travis, then I'm cool with it.
Hmm.
Trevor.
Trevor and Travis, they're both there.
True, Trevor and Travis. So if he's calling plays, I'm good with it. I got the Jaguars winning this week regardless. I
And
wouldn't be
then
mad if the Colts, made me
yeah,
wrong. I'm
it's a
okay.
big
They're
game
undefeated on the
for
road,
the
so
division.
yeah,
Big division game to try and like get
over
some
in Duval.
tiebreakers. Yeah, shout out Duval. We go
Hey,
down to we're both going to the well, huh? Of the Cowboys.
I didn't want to,
We're
but
but we're
I
doing it.
got to put my trust in Dak, which you know how much I just.
The only reason why I'm picking the Cowboys, and this is another time where I'm going against my prediction of team off a bye, I should pick them, is because the Cowboys game was damn near a bye against the Niners, and
No one played.
they got beat so bad that it's like surely they don't come in and like okay, I could see the Chargers maybe winning a close one, but I just feel like this is a game where the Cowboys have to bounce back, or else they're fraudulent.
And we'd kind of want them to be. But
If they can't
I
put up points against
chose.
this Chargers defense, then I don't know what to do. I don't know what you can do. You might have to put Trey Lance in.
That wouldn't be a bad move. But that's what I'm thinking is I waited out. Okay, I still think that the Cowboys defense is for real. Chargers defense is very bad. So I'm like, okay, I think Chargers get held to a low number because of the Cowboys defense. I just need Dak to just
Do
muster up some sort of
something.
NFL offense, just
Yeah.
some semblance. He could run spider Y2 banana every play and just hit the flat every time. Dink
Mhm.
and Dak all the way down. Don't turn the ball over,
Yep.
and you'll probably win like 14-7. That's something that could happen. Um, that Chargers defense, I just don't. Didn't they already get rid of J.C. Jackson? So what happened? They traded
Yeah.
him or something.
He's out. He's on the Patriots now.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't see anything good with their secondary too much. I don't see their front seven doing crazy things. I don't know. I don't got anything else to say
Yeah,
about them.
this if you're a Chargers fan, I know multiple like you got to win this one, man.
Yeah, you
You
need
don't
this one.
have to. So they play the Cowboys and they play the Chiefs.
Got to win one of them.
If you got to split somehow. You can't lose both, and then you're 2-4, man. Like that
Tough
is
time.
not where you want to be, and you could be 1-5, honestly,
Yep.
with the way some of these games have gone.
So
Um,
I'm believing in the Cowboys defense overall, but it pains me to have to believe in Dak because
I
everyone
don't
who
want.
watched
I
this
don't want to.
show from the beginning knows I do not trust Dak. I trust Dak as far as I can throw him. So I wouldn't be mad about Trey Lance coming in. I trust Trey more than I do Dak. And Dak is what, a $60 million cap hit?
I don't know. Too much.
How many picks does he have? Because I remember he had a statement that he came out with. It
He
was all
wouldn't
over
throw
social
over
media.
10.
Wouldn't throw over 10. And right now we're at.
So what do we got?
Let me see here. Let me click on Dak Prescott. We're at 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Ooh, all right.
Not looking.
It's not looking good.
Not looking good, Dak.
How many fumbles? Does it say fumbles too?
Let me see here.
Doesn't. Or does it say it in rushing? No.
Yeah, it does in rushing. Yeah, so I see. Oh yeah. 2023. FD. Rushing first downs. I don't see any fumbles for 2023 right now. I feel like he has had a fumble though in a pocket. Am I crazy?
Find it right now.
Damn it.
Full stats. Pro Football Reference.
Yeah, it might be the better
Maybe he
one.
doesn't.
Hey, good for you, Dak.
Maybe he doesn't have a fumble.
But I've seen enough of Dak Prescott to know that he's not.
Yeah, no
He's
fumbles yet. Good for
he's
him. Good
certainly
for you,
not
Dak.
taking you to the Super Bowl. So, but
No.
I think he can beat the Chargers at least and move on with his life. So
Yeah.
we got 2 picks that we split on this one, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. See what happens.
Bears don't let me down, please, for God's sake.
They will. You can count on that.
Yeah.
You can
Count on death, taxes, and the Bears dropping it.
Bears being shit.
Yeah. Same.
You know, the Bears in the past, like, what,
Bears.
10 years or 5 years? I don't know. Their best team has been when Trubisky was QB.
I think their best team was when they had Jay Cutler. That's sad.
But how far did they go?
They went, I think, in the divisional round against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but I know 2018 or 20, yeah.
Yeah, they were in the wild card.
2018, they
Eagles.
lost to the Eagles on double doink, and that was with Trubisky and Matt Nagy as head coach. That guy stunk too. But like, how are you worse than that?
Oh, they'll do it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. How can you be worse than that team?
They'll do it.
Team was bad.
Man.
All right, where are we going to next?
I think it's only right since we talked
Is it Stooge of the Week?
I think it's time to bring the Stooge, especially since we already talked about college football. I mean,
I think it's pretty. You guys take a second to guess, but I mean, if you watched any college football this weekend, I mean, you should know.
Yeah. So without further ado, I hope you've already guessed, and hopefully you're right. Hopefully you're wrong. I don't know. But yeah, you just want blurry for
my camera focus again.
Oh, there you go. Your camera's getting ready for Stooge of the Week. That's the key. Oh, and there he goes. Okay. Well, that's always great.
We're back.
There you go.
Camera's fixed. Week is here.
So without further ado, it's time for Stooge of the Week. And there were a couple nominees. I mean, I'll go through the honorable mentions first. First and foremost, USC's punt team. It was such a Stooge play to just see the punt returner next to the ball and say, all right, we're going to take 3 of you and fucking pick you up and throw you.
We're going to harass this guy and try and throw him into the ball.
Yeah.
That was pretty comedy.
Yeah, we saw that live and we just looked at each other.
What is going on?
Is that illegal? Is there a penalty? I still don't know. I don't know what the rule is for that. But that was just so trolly. And then the LA Dodgers, I mean.
You could probably throw the Braves in there too.
Yeah.
At this point, losing.
Dodgers, Braves.
And then Orioles too. The 3 teams that had over 100 wins all out.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers was really Stooge of the Week because it happened within 3 games, 1 week, boom, boom, boom. See ya.
You're bounced. I mean.
Yeah, horrible.
Our big guns. I think I saw a graphic that we went, 1-33 at the plate?
Yeah, I don't know. It was bad.
So.
Freddie got 1 hit. Mookie was 0 for in 3 games. Like, that's. I don't care what the pitching is. Like, if that's happening, you're just not going to win.
Yeah. So either the Diamondbacks are the greatest team to ever lace them up, or
they'll probably get annihilated by the Phillies.
Yeah, the Phillies are kind of hot right now, so I think Bryce.
Phillies are rolling. Go Philly! It's a Philly year.
Hey, Philly! You guys got the weird fanatic, and like who had that mascot? They're like, you know what? We just need a fat stooge that just like throws his stomach around and looks like he's a high on coke the entire time. Can we make that? Like, yeah, we got you.
Let's do it.
And make him look like a Muppet in between that, so like a fucked up Muppet. You know what I mean? Like a Frankenstein Muppet. And then that's Voila.
It leads to Mario Cristobal of like.
Yeah.
So there's two ways you can interpret the kneeling on the right. One, hey, take a knee.
Prayers up.
Two, prayers up. Tim
Yeah, T's and
Tebow's
P's.
praying for you for like the players on the sideline. You saw the clip of that one like lineman was like, "What the fuck are we doing?" and he's like crying. Like, yeah, I don't know what we're doing. Like I've never seen anything like it.
I've never seen anything like
Like
it. And
as the
then
plays going like and which is why I kind of like I blame the coaches, right? But I also
yeah, blame the players.
sort of blame the quarterback
He should have just called the knee himself.
because you should know, dude. Like you should be able to look up and see, and like if you're smart, like you should. Like I don't care. At some
I don't
point,
care
you
what your
got to
coach
be
called.
like, wait, or like even ask it, like, wait, what are we doing? Like, cause you had time, like you had
Yeah.
time to think, like, wait, you want us to run? Why? There's 37 seconds and we win. Like,
Yeah.
so I get it's the coach's fault, and you kind of also get screwed on the replay because I think he was
He
down.
was down.
I don't know how you don't like replay that or review that. Like, I don't know what goes into that, but man,
I think it was just
not good.
the call was terrible, but then it got worse when you go to the podium and instead of being as a coach saying like, yeah, it's my fault, like I call it, you say, yeah, but we should have held on to the ball. Like, bro, just take a damn knee. Like I don't know. That's football 101. At that point, we look up at the clock, we see it's 31 seconds left. They have no timeouts. It's first down. Like headset comes off. Hey, take a knee. Let's go home. Let's celebrate being undefeated. But I mean,
It's so bad.
man, you earned Stooge of the Week by a long shot, especially
Like
above the Dodgers and
we
USC
were
one.
looking at it. Like I only saw it on Twitter because we were at the USC game, obviously. And I was like, wait, what? I was looking at like I was like, what just happened? And I had to just watch it back. Like, there is no way that this is how they just lost.
Yeah.
Horrible,
yeah.
horrible
There's a way.
coaching staff. Like, I would say you should be fired, but like, I mean, I don't know, man.
At least
You
have your pay,
can't
dog.
you can't like. It goes back to like, do you guys not play Madden?
Or do
Of
you
like
just not know
once it
football?
gets once it gets to 40, and it's a running clock, you win. You won.
Yeah.
It's over. The game is over. They could have let it run down. They could have had to delay a game on the third down. Wouldn't have mattered. And then you take a like it doesn't matter. You could have literally, if you had a controller, put your controller down. Like you'd
Yeah.
maybe have to press A to snap it the next play. But like, brother.
I thought it was first down. I thought they had just gotten a first down off the run.
No, I think it
And
was
that's when he
third
lined
down.
up.
It was third down.
Third down. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that it was third down.
I can
But it
check the
was
clip in a
under
minute.
it was under 40 seconds already. So like you could take a knee and it's over.
Mhm.
Either way, whatever down it was, it didn't matter. Like it was
Yeah.
under 40 seconds with a running clock. So the other team has no timeouts. The game is over. They cannot do anything to stop it unless you just give them a freebie, which they did.
Which they did. And you know what? Shout out to Georgia Tech for taking advantage of it.
Yeah, they went right down and threw a crazy touchdown to like that was
He
pretty
was wide
wild
open too. He wasn't
Yeah,
like covered. I don't know what
I'm not
happened
sure.
there, but
Not sure
Mario
what went
Cristobal,
wrong.
congratulations, you won Stooge of the Week.
Yep.
It's not what you wanted, but it's what you got.
What you earned. You earned it fair and square.
You did. Over
took it
the
from-
competition, you were the best.
Yeah, who was last week? Who do you
Last
steal it
week
off?
was
Jermel Charlo.
Jermel Charlo.
Yep. So we got a nice little Jermel though.
Trophy
Like
for you.
he gets the trophy from Marcus Freeman. Jermel gets his belt forever because he got a nice little belt made.
Yeah, he did.
So
He did.
that's his forever unless we get a Stooge of the Week in this boxing this weekend.
We might get one this weekend.
We
Actually,
might get it between KSI and Friends.
Man, we might as well talk about that one real quick.
Yeah, should we go into that?
Yeah, let's just.
You have the do you have the like? You could probably find
the DAZN.
the promotion thing. We might as well just talk about that real quick. There's a couple big things. There's that going on this weekend. Obviously, a bunch of games. We've got Halo World Championships. There is a lot.
A couple of UFC
There's
fights.
a lot of things. Yeah, I think the big UFC is next weekend, though, right?
I think so. So let me pull
Yeah.
this up. I have a little graphic that I found on Twitter. Share my screen. Yep, do that. I mean, I'm just focused more on the main card. I don't really care about the undercard that much.
Yeah, no, these are the only two fights I care about right here.
I mean, KSI versus Tommy Fury, and then you got Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. Who you going with, man?
One of these people is going to be Stooge of the Week.
Yeah.
Probably. If I had to guess, unless something drastic happens.
I think I know who it's going to be.
I'm going to go with. I'm definitely going. I feel like I'm going Logan Paul over Dylan Dennis.
Okay.
And then I think I'm going KSI.
Okay.
He looks good, man.
He
I see
does.
he's been doing workouts. He's been fainting in his workouts and like pushing himself to like literally the peak of the death.
Yeah.
He looks fast. The one thing I will say about that one is I think someone's getting knocked out. Like
Yeah, I don't think it's
either
going to
Tommy's
be a
getting
decision.
KO'd or KSI is getting slept walking into a right hand. One of the two. I don't think it's a Jake versus Tommy where it's like,
Technical, just
kind of
kind of
some good boxing
Mickey
back and
Mouse.
forth. KSI will go in there and he'll try and run you down. So fair enough to him. But I don't know. KSI's never. He just always seems to win. So like,
Yeah.
who am I to bet against him now?
I will say I was debating between KSI and Tommy Fury because I think Tommy Fury, I mean, if you look at the metrics and I guess just look at his track record, you're like, man, this guy's been boxing since he was like, what, 6? He's got, Tyson Fury is his older brother. He's been sparring with him. I saw the clip where he slipped his punch and it
Yeah,
looked
I don't
so
know what that
fixed.
really like. You're not really sparring. Like,
No, he's not trying to take your. He's not hitting you like he did Deontay.
I
Like
just
he
don't
put him on
think
his ass.
I don't think Tommy's really like a fighter like that.
I don't either. I
I
think
think
he's more of
KSI
like a
has
Love
more
Island
fighter
type of guy.
vibes than him.
Yeah,
Like he just seems more like a dog. Like he is not like
yeah.
Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a dog. He's a
Tyson
freak.
Fury.
I just don't think Tommy's like that.
No, I don't think Tommy's jerking off 7 times a day and then
No, I
getting
don't think
drunk off the
anybody's
club.
doing
I
that
don't think.
really.
No, that he's one of a kind. He's in his own category. I mean,
Yeah.
that man is goddamn. I'm gonna go with KSI. I think KSI, like you said, I think he wins by the KO because he just goes in and he's swinging at you, like
Oh,
whether
he's just gonna
he's
try
gonna
and
fall on
kill
a
you.
shield or not.
Yeah.
I saw his workouts too. I saw what really got me was he threw some good feints, but I saw some good combos and some good double hooks that like the first hook, is just kind of to get your attention, and the second hook puts you in the dirt. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, he looks fast.
yeah. So he's got some
How
power.
many
He's got some
rounds is it?
speed.
Is it 8?
8 rounds.
8? Okay. Or
So
both I
you
would
can
assume
kind of,
both of them are 8.
I think so.
Maybe the Logan one's less. Maybe it's 6. I don't know.
So it's kind of tough for me to call the Logan Paul Dylan Dennis because I
I
don't
don't
think
know
Logan
what.
Paul is a good boxer at all.
And I
I
don't
think
know
he's
if
shit.
he's even been training, really.
No, he's been doing UFC and crying about his girlfriend's past. Which, hey, what are you gonna do?
But it's like I don't know if Dylan
Um,
Dennis is like what has Dylan Dennis done?
Yeah, I think Dylan Dennis is more of a fighter than Logan Paul, but I think Logan Paul is gonna win because Dylan Dennis is gonna try to put him in a guillotine and choke him
Yeah,
out.
just do some trolley shit.
Yeah, because Conor McGregor already
And
tweeted at him.
he's
He's
trying to
like,
win Stooge of the Week is what you're saying.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think whoever loses that fight is gonna be Stooge of the Week.
Yeah,
Like,
and he's gonna try and put him in like an ankle lock and like
yeah, just fucking just
yeah,
getting him
just
in a
do
rear
some
naked chokehold.
yeah, okay. I could see that.
Okay, first of all, did you see that clip where Dylan Dennis, I think, choked out like some
Girl,
model or
yeah,
some
I
shit?
did see that.
Okay, just for everyone, if you have a chokehold set on someone and you can't choke them out, I mean, Jesus Christ, how hard?
Yeah, I'm sure it's not that difficult, but like I
It's
have
really
seen some
not.
guys to where like they could do it like so quick. Like
Yeah, they
they'll
could
have the
fit like
choke set
slip it
and then
in.
it'll be like no, like they'll have it set already, but like they can to the perfect degree like get you to where you're like almost gonna go and like you're like halfway like they can do it crazy. Those
Yeah,
are like the real expert guys. They can really like just like fuck with you.
yeah. I guess I just saw the video and they were like, "Oh, like Dylan's a real fighter." I'm like, bro, if you
Anyone that
can't choke
knows
someone out
yeah.
like with this spot, like you're just
That's
kind
what
of a piece of shit.
anyone like I probably couldn't. Like I don't really know shit, but like anyone who has done jujitsu ever probably would be able to choke somebody if you just if they let you stand there and do it
Hmm.
to them.
But you
So
position everything like, okay, let
yeah,
me
I'm
just
sure
kind of
like
shimmy
we
it.
could figure it out
Yeah.
pretty easily.
I mean, the name of the game, as long as you put enough pressure right here, you will cause the blood flow to stop and they'll pass out.
Facts.
So
Yeah, so that'll
I
be I think that's
I think Stooge of the Week's
11
here.
I think that's 11 a.m. too on Saturday. I think that 7 p.m. is for I think it's
Okay,
like
yeah,
London
yes,
time
it's
or
11
whatever.
a.m.
But I think our time it's 11 a.m. so that'll be prime
So that'll just get us like kind
during
of
the
ready for
day. That'll
football.
be in conjunction with Oregon Washington or some shit.
Hey, that's kind of
But
good.
then the other thing that's happening, and I'll pull it up on mine, is we got Halo World Championships in Seattle.
Hell yeah.
We're back on our like gaming talk. We haven't talked too much gaming in the Twitter. We have some clips from the MW3 beta, I would assume, and we could talk about that
A little bit.
a little bit. But when the COD season starts, we're really into the
Yes, sir.
Call of Duty league. But I've been into getting more and more into Halo, especially these past 2 seasons. So the World Championships, it starts tomorrow. And this is just a breakdown of the season so far. So we can go back. Basically, the Charlotte Major in North Carolina was the first major of the year, and Optic won. Before that, Optic won last year's World Championship. So they are the trying to go back to back, and they had won the tournament before that. So to start the year, they were on a three-peat, which is pretty insane.
Elite.
The Optic team, it's a team that I root for. Fan favorite for sure, but it's
the
made up
boys.
of Lucid, APG, Trippy, and then the FPS GOAT, Formal. If anybody knows Formal, one of the best Call of Duty players ever, and also one of the best Halo players ever. Just like literally, if Jesus picked up a controller,
And
you know,
he's a stooge too.
he's a stooge just like
Qualifies.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this has been the schedule for this. This was the year so far. So Optic won the first tournament. Then we had a FaZe back-to-back. FaZe has a team of guys that have played together for a long time. I don't know if you remember. You probably remember Frosty from Call of Duty.
Frosty. Yeah.
So he was a Halo kid and now went back to Halo. He's on this FaZe team. So they went back-to-back. They beat Optic at the home major in the middle of the year in Arlington, which is a big deal. And then Space Station Gaming, that's the little logo to the right of FaZe. They won their own tournament. They're basically Optic's boogeyman. Anytime Optic goes against them in like losers bracket, anything, they always bounce them. Every time. Except in September, Fort Worth Major, Optic comes out and wins. They make it all the way. They beat them in the winners bracket. They go to the grand final. So how the grand final works in Halo, at least, it's 2 best of 7s. So you do a best of 7, and then if the losers bracket team wins, you get a reset. So Space Station came out of the losers bracket, and 4-0 smoked Optic in the first round of the grand finals, and then we got a grand finals reset that went in game 7. Formal iced up in Slayer, dropped like 20 kills or whatever, literally just Jesus, and Optic wins. So Optic's looking to go back to back. And yeah, that starts tomorrow. I'm gonna pull up the. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen because I'll show like the schedule for tomorrow. And I might at some point this weekend I might be live. I might do a live watch party of it. I don't know, maybe for Sunday. In conjunction with football, watch some football games, watch some Halo. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But this is the schedule for tomorrow. Optic plays Complexity first, and then so on and so forth. They play again at 3, and then again at 6. But yeah, these are all the teams in there. The 3 big teams: Optic, Space Station, FaZe Clan. Sleeper team, Quadrant. They've beaten Optic a couple times. They're a European team. And then Sentinels. Sentinels made the winners bracket final in the previous tournament, lost to Optic, and then got insta bounced in losers bracket. But they're not shit. They're not completely bad. So yeah, $1 million prize pool should be
good amount of cash.
Yeah, should be good. This is the full schedule, but yeah, should be there's your Halo, there's your gaming talk. If anyone tweet me, message me if you're watching Halo, I'll be watching the whole weekend. So let me know Let me know what you think. What's going on? I don't know everything about Halo, but I have gotten into it a little bit more, especially because last year's Call of Duty was so shit. So,
Yeah, they kind of forced you to go to Halo.
and if Optic wins, that means Formal is a 2-time Halo World Champion and a 1-time Call of Duty World Champion, and I'd say that makes him the greatest gamer of all time,
Yeah,
in my
I would
expert
definitely say
opinion.
that.
Because right
Yeah, I
now,
think that
there's only
does.
2 people who have won a Halo World Championship and a Call of Duty World Championship. They both represent Optic. It's Shotzzy and Formal. So if Formal gets a second, man, that's my goat right there.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah,
FPS goat.
Piper.
The Piper.
Yeah.
All right, what do you
Man.
got? Are we opening up the
Oh,
we're going into the depths of Twitter
we're
stoogery?
we're going into Twitter stoogery, and let me tell
Okay.
you something. I know I say every week that Twitter delivered, but I I can't emphasize enough. Twitter really came through this week. Just,
Okay.
I mean, the first thing we have up here, the caption from Barstool Sports is just beefing with a 6-year-old is crazy. So I immediately know like this is going to be great, and it's just exactly what you think. This stooge right here and this stooge right here are just gonna start bitching at some
Sure.
little kid. So it's just, look at this.
I mean, there's nothing better
Oh yeah.
than soccer. I love it. There's nothing better than European soccer, man. I'll tell you what, those fans get so wild.
Look at this kid. He's
1-0,
holding up the score.
shitter.
1-0 shitter. I mean, doesn't get better than that. And I've never been to a soccer game, so I can't say, how like you could tell me like does it get intense like a football game or like
I've been to it. I would say it's the closest comparison I can make is like a rowdy college football game.
okay.
Like we haven't been to that many crazy college football games because the Coliseum doesn't get too crazy,
Too
and even the
rowdy.
Rose Bowl doesn't get rowdy. But like I compare it to like if you were at Penn State or like
Okay.
Oregon or Bama, like those in atmospheres, maybe those are a little higher. But like a soccer game is that level. They're chanting the whole game. They're going wild. They're shit
Okay.
talking. They're throwing flares onto the field. Like it's wild.
So it's not out of the question for you to say like, yeah, they're beefing with like a 6-year-old
Oh
because
yeah,
that's
it's
what
fair
this.
game. Fair
Okay.
game. And this kid knows that, and which is why he's saying it's 1-0 shitter.
1-0,
We're
you little
winning.
shitter rat fuck.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
So
good on
that's
that kid. Good for you, kid.
yeah, he's starting him out young, you know?
I
I
respect
think
that.
it's a little crazy you got 2 grown this one.
I think I saw this.
So I think this is supposed to be that she said, "Hey babe, like I think I'm
Let's
really good
do
at
this.
drawing.
Let's do
So
this
like
TikTok.
yeah, like you draw something on my shoulder and then I'll draw what I think you're drawing and we'll see if we got the same thing." So, I mean, that's all you need to know. Uh-huh. Right? Okay. Okay.
Say again?
Close.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean,
In
that's the
another
key to his heart.
universe, yeah.
It's the key to his heart right there. So, I mean, you know,
I
according to
just
Common Core, that's pretty on
that's
pace.
it's good enough.
Yeah. That just, I think that just encapsulates
Like,
Stoogery right there.
girls,
Like,
don't make this guy do it. Like, don't make him do his stupid video with you.
yeah,
He doesn't want to do it. He's gonna troll. Like, you asked me to do this, I'm about to just like stop it. And then he'd be like, "Wait, what did you write? I love you?" Yep, I did. You
sure.
got me. You got me. Like, don't do it. He doesn't want to do it.
I'm pretty certain I'm probably drawing up dong as well. Like,
Yeah.
okay, here's what we're doing, and I'm putting a little more detail to see how much detail she'll put on that. You know what I mean? So don't do it. Don't ask the
Don't
stooge to
do
do
it.
this. It's not great
No.
unless you want a dick on your shoulder, because then
There you
hey,
go. And that's what I hope you did it in
that's
Sharpie too.
we could actually check. I think he did. I
I think
think
though. I think it's
I think
Sharpie.
that's a Sharpie. I think it's one of
Good. Good for
the
him. Good for
chisel
him.
tip Sharpies. Yeah, good job, pal. That's always lovely. That's just the start of it. This is quite true, though. Men pick their favorite sports team when they're like 11 and let it make them upset for the rest
There
of
you
their life.
go.
I'd like to correct something from Pimp Z. We pick our favorite team sometimes when we're like 5. Sometimes it's
Yeah,
gifted to you. You just kind of wake up one day and like your dad's
and
standing there with a jersey, like you've been chosen.
yeah, or like you're
Um,
just your dad's watching the team, so that's
you're,
why. Like I was
yeah,
in the interesting scenario of my dad watches so many sports but doesn't have a favorite team, and
that'd be a good place to be.
that's only because he grew up with his dad, my grandpa, either playing or coaching for multiple different teams. So they never really had like, oh, let's rep this NFL team or let's rep he went to 2 colleges. Like there was never a we're gonna rep this team. The only things that he ever he used to not really be a USC fan at all. Now he'll tolerate them, but he would always say, the one team I will always root against no matter what is Notre Dame. No matter what. He's like, normally I don't root for SC, but when they're playing Notre Dame, I'm rooting for them. I was like, all right, sounds good. Perfect.
How does your dad feel about Coach Lou? Does he think he's just can't
I
stand
don't
him, or
Yeah, I don't really know. I haven't really asked him. I'm gonna have to ask him and get back to you on that.
yeah? We might have to have him on the pod and just kind of ask him,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts about
He
Coach
could definitely
Lou?
tell
And
some recruiting stories. He got recruited by Sandusky. So there
okay,
you go.
there we go. Things are getting a little
Yeah.
interesting now.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. I mean, this was just kind of news during the week. The Rams are trading
Yep.
Van Jefferson to the
2-2. Or
Falcons.
sorry, not 2-2. They're keeping 2-2. 2-2 is officially wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I expected this.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw Puka Nakua and Cooper Cup doing their thing, it was like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to go. Um, thank you for your service, Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
Hope you have a
It's been
good
real.
career in the Falcons, but I
He
think you're
was
going to be
on that
stopwalking a lot.
He was
That
on
Super
that,
Bowl team,
Super Bowl team? Okay.
he
Yeah,
got a ring.
he got his.
He got a ring.
Probably will
So
never get another one ever again, but that's okay.
absolutely not. But thank you.
Yeah,
Shout
thank you for
out.
your service.
And this one was pretty interesting to me. So
Ooh.
I kind of had to think about it. So steak's definitely not going for me. Like I could eat a good steak every day of the week.
I know what's going for me.
I mean,
Shrimp is gone, I think. I think shrimp is gone.
see, but I kind of thought about like the health benefits in
I'm not the
between.
biggest shrimp guy, but who
I'm
gives
not
a
a fan of a shrimp cocktail or something like that. You don't
No,
like?
I've never been
Okay.
like, I prefer my shrimp either cooked
Mhm.
or
Tempura or something like that.
not even that, like, I'm not even with the,
Well,
like,
popcorn
no.
shrimp.
No. I've never like, I'd rather just have popcorn chicken,
Okay.
right? Like,
Okay,
if
I
I'm
see
gonna
what
do
you're
it.
trying to do.
And then ribs, it's just like I
Can't do it.
probably eat ribs and shrimp the same, like, I maybe eat shrimp a little more, but when I eat ribs, I enjoy it more. So it's like
Yeah.
I just have to keep them in there, like, because that means I'll never like, when my dad makes ribs, I'll never be able to eat them again. Not a chance. I could live without shrimp, though.
True. I could make an adjustment with that.
I could live. And the health thing, who cares? Eat some veggies, man. You're already putting them against steak and, like, you wanna eat the fried chicken, eat the dang fried chicken.
It's facts. No, that's a good play. And then I thought about with the ribs, man. Like when I smoke some ribs, there ain't
Oh,
no way in hell I'm just handing them over like here.
that's what I'm
Those look
saying,
good. It's
right? Like, you're
just I
never
can't
really,
do it.
like the sh one thing I will say is shrimp will never be the centerpiece of your meal, really,
Nope.
you know? Like, you'll
No, no,
have
no.
shrimp pasta, you'll
Shrimp
have
and steak.
yeah, like, you'll never just have, "Okay, I'm
Yeah.
making shrimp and that's it." But you'll make
Yeah.
ribs, you'll make fried chicken, you'll make steak. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey, you sold me on the argument. I
There we go.
was in a
Let's
tough
go.
spot, but after talking it over with the stooge, I mean, we just boom, solved the code.
Boom. There we go.
Perfect. Let me just kind of scroll through here again. I'm still trying to figure out a way to not have to scroll through it every time, but I haven't found one. So,
And maybe if you click on the actual
like, open it into a different tab, maybe
no, like, if you I don't
like
know.
this.
Yeah, if you
Um,
click on the actual, like, thing. What if you
it
just
don't want to
click
allow it.
we just click right click on it, and not the picture, just right click on the, actual tweet itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. It don't want to do it. Oh, whatever. Figure it out later. So this is interesting. This is the NFL PFI rankings. I think it's
FPI. Football
FPI,
Power Index,
Football
I think is
Power
what it's
Index.
called.
Okay. Um, I would disagree wholeheartedly with a lot of it. if you're telling me that the Buffalo Bills are ahead of the Niners, Chiefs, Dolphins, Eagles, Lions, like
I just
you're
don't know
telling me
how
the
a
Cowboys are higher
two-loss
than
team
like
can be
yeah.
ahead of the Niners. That's all I'd say about that. Eagles
How do
at
you have the
7.
Philadelphia Eagles at
You got a
7? That
two-loss
doesn't.
Ravens that just lost to the Steelers ahead of the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, okay, buddy.
So I don't
Whatever you
know.
say.
I don't know what we're doing. I think this is dick riding with the Cowboys a little too much. Like they just got embarrassed
Yeah.
by
He
the
got
Niners.
slaughtered.
Yeah. And I checked the date. This was not before that game. This was after. So
Mm-hmm.
needs to be taken into account. But I think this graphic is just full of horse shit.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. Just okay. Well, on to the next. Next is pretty interesting. Looking at the MMA,
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira is out of UFC 294 against Islam Makhachev due to an injury. I was looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, but now we get a better one. We get
Yeah,
Volk.
I don't think
I
anyone's
mean,
gonna beat Makhachev if he's
Volk almost
fighting.
did. If anyone can, it's Volk.
But if he's fighting with Khabib, and
I know.
Khabib is saying that his ground game's kind of getting close to
And
mine,
Khabib
like
was like, brother. If King Kong makes 155, we fight King Kong.
yeah,
I was like, what? He's like, brother, we don't care. We are a champ. We fight the best. We fight King Kong. I was like, King Kong? Guy's
this
60
guy,
feet tall. He's like, if he can make 155, I'll fight him.
I'll fight his ass.
All right, sounds good.
So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Volkanovski and Makhachev too. It'll be interesting to see who are you leaning towards?
Islam. Islam by submission.
Just clockwork, guys.
I think he
A
will.
dog.
I think now that
Think has
Khabib's in the corner, they know what they need to do. And honestly, I wish Volk had a chance to train for the fight, but
yeah, he picked it
he'll
up
make
late.
he'll make zero excuses if he goes in there and loses. He'll be like, "Hey, I tried, man. Like, I don't know what you want
Give
from
you
me."
a show, like it's
Yeah.
it.
So shout out to Volk for even actually taking the fight, and he's the
Yeah,
only one that would have taken it on this late a notice because he probably in his mind still thinks I can beat this guy. I had him in the first one, like had him buzzed in the 5th round, like could have maybe got him. So we'll see. Should
we'll
be
see.
good. I'll be
Should be a
watching.
good little fight. Oh, definitely. And then this is just super funny seeing, the DC universe kind of crumbles. And then you just see this. None of the Justice League stars from the DCEU will return to reprise their roles in James Gunn's DCU.
Yeah.
So you're fucked. Sorry.
Sorry about it.
It's over. So that was good while it lasted. This video, okay. So this video is a deaf man getting hearing aids for the first time.
Okay.
So that's all I'll do to preface it.
Last adjustment. Got it. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear the sound of your own voice?
yeah.
Oh, baby! Sergeant, thank you so much. We're so excited. Thanksgiving's in 2 days, and I can call you on your cell phone now, baby. And you can talk to my dad about his head.
Whoa. Are you okay? Is that too loud?
No, not too loud. The boy that's annoying. You don't hear that? I have to hear this forever. Oh, there we go.
There's no way this is real. This can't be real.
Finally, because he's probably dead, but he can't hear his wife's voice. Doc, please take it off. Help me, please. Help me.
Relax. This is a celebration. Trust me, from one married man to another, you'll get used to it.
I don't believe any word that came out of your mouth.
That can't be real. There's no way. There's got to be a skit or something.
Bro, I hope they got it is. But I saw that and I thought the same thing, like, oh, this is so heartfelt, and then oh. But that does, bring into the equation, like, if you're in the dating process and you can't like hear someone's voice,
I know.
that's
Voices
don't
are
know.
important. Voices are
Yeah.
definitely important. More important for girls, I think. I
yeah.
think girls like a deep voice on a
It's
guy,
just
but
kind of
if
creepy.
I think guys, it's more like if someone's got like an annoying laugh or like something like that. That's just like I can't. Because
Bro,
I'm
it's
gonna
like
be cracking jokes, bro, and you're gonna be laughing. So if I hate the way you laugh, get me out.
it's like the same way when I was at Sancho's Tacos, man, and I'm sitting there trying to sip my goblet of fire margarita, enjoying my
Mhm.
day, and this lady who just came from some GYS soccer game
Yeah.
is sitting down, like laughing at every single fucking thing after having one drink, and it sounds like a cackle mixed
Mhm.
with like a carburetor going out. You know what I mean? Like it's just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Not
I
good.
just, man, yeah. If I'm dating a girl and that's the laugh, it's just not gonna work out, And it's me, it's not you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm me cracking
Yeah,
too many
I'll let you
jokes.
know that I can't do this.
I can't do. I'll put a bullet in my mouth before I do that. So that was pretty funny. I kind of hope it's a skit, but at the same time, I'd love to see a doctor's reaction if that's like you think you just kind of gave someone a gift and they're like, bro, this is not.
Yeah. Can't do it.
It's pretty sad. This woman was kind of famous for a while on Twitter, being 104 years old, skydiving. But lo and behold, when you're 104, you probably shouldn't skydive
No, but hey, she went out
because
on her own terms, so I can't be
she
mad at
did.
it. She
I'm not
said,
mad at it.
I'm gonna get a record.
True.
I'm gonna get this record.
I did see everyone on Twitter saying like, why doesn't anyone do this when they're older? And it's like, well, because it could probably stop your heart.
Yeah, you'll probably die
So,
in midair.
I mean, this is just kind of stupid. Can't believe Leonardo DiCaprio yelled, "I'm on top of the world" from the Titanic, a ship that was at sea level, the scientifically lowest altitude in the world. He was nowhere near the top. He was literally at the bottom. What a stupid idiot. All right, Rudy.
You gotta do that.
It's a movie, pal. Like,
Just let him live, man. He's on top of the ship and he feels like a king.
why do?
Thanks for ruining the day, Rudy. Jeez.
Yeah, what the hell? Like,
This guy's definitely fun to hang out with.
Oh yeah,
Rudy
you're like sitting over
Mustang.
there, like, oh, I'd love to drive that car. Nah, you couldn't because of this, and this. Your credit score, you're this. Like, all right, Rudy, can you shut the fuck up, okay? Like,
Yeah.
can you just chill for 5 seconds? So I don't know if this is Rudy's profile picture, but Rudy, if the biggest part of your day is shitting on Titanic, then maybe we need to point the thumb instead of the finger.
Yeah,
you know
go
what I mean?
somewhere else, please.
Figure out something. Get out of my timeline. Thank you, Rudy. In a shitbag. Let's see here. Probably giving people epilepsy the way that I have to scroll, but what are you gonna do? It's pretty funny. I mean, just be respectful.
Thanks.
Not
Be
between 8 to
respectful.
6. Okay, like,
Do it after when I'm on the prowl.
you know, I'm gonna whoop your ass in between anyway, so just let me get my beauty rest,
Mhm.
wake up. So I thought that was pretty funny. I'm actually curious whether this is a real sign, and it'd have to be in the UK.
Probably not.
for
There's no
sure.
way.
Well, you never know.
There's no way. Someone probably just put that up there and then took the picture of it.
I hope so.
Like, haha, this is funny.
That got me to laugh.
I know, yeah. I wish it was real.
I do too.
I need it to be real, actually.
Well, yeah, be nice.
Yeah.
See here. Here we go, boys.
The endless scroll.
Any
It's only gonna
second
get. It's
now.
only gonna get worse.
I know. I gotta
The
figure
more
out
clips
something.
we put in here.
Might just make a pod, you know, and just kind of pull stuff up from a little file. We'll see. This, okay. I don't understand. I understand people not understanding how to lift in a gym. I get it. I empathize with it. First of all, there's signs on the machine that tell you how to use it. They're
Yeah.
not a great drawing, but they give you kind of a general
Typically, they'll
gist.
give you a frame
Um,
of reference.
I don't think this is quite what they had envisioned.
Yo, shout out to my guy doing the flies.
Yeah,
Shout out to this guy, bro.
he's not buying it.
He said, "You know what, man?
I can't be bothered.
He gave one look. He did like he was like he just took it as like a little bit, and then this guy just walks over like, look at her. Where is she? Is she like in the? Is she like stuck in between all the? I don't know what she did, but she's a freaking idiot, man. Like,
I question whether she did this to get that particular guy's attention.
no way.
But
That
you
would be
could just go
crazy.
over and say hi. Like, you don't have to break the machine.
Yeah,
But yeah,
maybe.
shout out to this guy. He's committed to his fitness. Like, he doesn't need any of this business.
This gym stinks. What do we got? Gray and orange tie. Like, what is this? Like,
I
rubber?
don't-
Like, this is just ugly to look at. This whole layout. And you put the. Wait, and then you put the fly machine, and it's not even facing like. You could at least
Yeah.
let me face the mirror
Mm-hmm.
a little bit. Like I get like. I can
Well,
at least-
it's probably one of those that you can flip though, and then you can do, you know, some
Oh, the
some
other-
back flies, and so
Yeah,
you can kinda
maybe-
look
yeah,
at the mirror
okay,
that way.
that's
But
fair.
I agree with what you're saying. I don't know. I
let
mean,
me at
this,
least show off.
yeah, this gym looks a little sad.
Yeah.
And I can't tell if he's wearing like joggers or not. I don't know.
know what he's doing.
He's got the
I'm
all
not
black
sure.
look, so he's vibing.
Yeah, facts.
Let's see. Does he get the full extension? I'm seeing. Let's just see. So are we getting? No, we're kind of rushing these reps too. So like, boom. And
We
he
could be
holds
getting
right here.
a little better squeeze,
Boom.
I'd say, but
Yeah, just right at the apex there. I mean,
yeah.
this guy.
Guy quick to help has been eyeing this girl all week. Actually, not all week, for the past probably year and a half at the gym, and he's never spoken to her once. He's like, oh,
But
he just
they're
lifted
together.
this whole
You know what I
thing
mean?
off the thing. I'm gonna go talk to her now.
Facts. Or he saw everything happen. He's like, this is my chance. Boom.
Yeah,
Let's
this
get
is
in it.
I'm in. I'm ready.
The big question though, did he fumble after
Probably.
saying like, hey, are you okay? Like, and then we're
Probably
just
because he probably tried to lift it,
Okay.
and he's like, I don't even know how to
Stooge.
lift this back up. Like, what did you just do, lady?
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering too, just looking at the stack of weight here, like what
I mean,
it does have a little diagram right there. It does have a little something saying, hey, put your, keister here, feet there.
Like, you got to
and
really
then-
lift this hard to like flip it over, because the machine itself is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Well, and to flip it, you got to get the whole that whole extra stack that's not even like in the
Yeah.
like the whole plates that are in the machine. You have to lift it off the ground. So she just did a full deadlift to
Yeah.
lift this thing off the ground and then just throw it and then just let it annihilate her backwards.
Because if she lets go right here, it's going to flip back forward. It's not going to continue to go back that way. Like, there's no way that
should.
it should teeter forward. There's just a lot here. Let's
She's
just do
really
better.
giving it a rip. That's for sure.
Just do better. Yeah, the Giants are playing this week for Sunday Night Football against the Bills. They're without Daniel Jones, Darren Waller.
Wait, Daniel Jones isn't playing?
He's got a neck injury.
Oh, GG.
Andrew Thomas, John. I mean, can we just not have the game? Can we just
They
get
might
the win to
lose
the
by
Bills so I don't watch it?
100.
So
That's gonna be bad.
it's gonna get worse. This was a bruise that J.J. Watt got during a 2014 Texans Bills game, and he explained it on the Pat McAfee show. But the size of this freaking bruise,
this is crazy. How is this real?
I'm quite certain he tore a muscle because
He
that's
had
a
to
lot
have.
of blood going through there.
Yeah, like that doesn't even look like a bruise. It looks like I'm fucked.
Yeah, it looks like a little piece of the Passion of the Christ, after the scourging, like just a
Yeah.
little piece of the back. That's what that looks like right here. We got the little whip marks going across. Well, sorry about it, JJ. Hope you're okay.
Yeah, I
That
hope
was
you
tough.
I mean, I guess you did recover, so
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, it's a little wild. If my trainer told me that I just got a bruise, I'd be like, okay, well let's pretend I'm not a moron, and then let's restart this conversation. That's just too much. And then this right here, Cowboys CeeDee Lamb is not a wide receiver 1, according to Richard Sherman. Yeah, I'll tell you why he's not a wide receiver 1.
Damn,
Sherman.
all right.
It's not him. It's this guy right here. It's the guy pulling the trigger. That's going to stop you from being a wide receiver 1.
He could come be a wide receiver 3 on the Eagles if he wants.
Good. He could be a wide receiver 1 with Trey Lance in there, because Trey will get him the ball.
Yeah.
Trey will get you the rock. But until that guy is not your quarterback, you will not be a true number 1. So sorry about it. Boys, we found Bigfoot.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
He looks just like a Sasquatch.
Yeah, he just looks a little too much like Bigfoot. That's the thing.
I think it's just some dude wearing it.
I think it's some big dumb dipshit.
Yeah.
If I had to guess,
yeah,
I'm gonna lean towards that more than we actually found him.
You're telling me that we
strolling
found
out of nowhere?
Yeah, in the middle of Colorado, just not even in like the high mountains, just vibing. Like the no, not having it. So if you actually find a Bigfoot, let me know.
I'm gonna lean towards no, but you never know.
Could be.
This one time it could be him.
Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah, probably not.
Highly not, but This one's pretty funny. Jada Smith claims Chris Rock asked her out amid divorce rumors. So now there's kind of a little more context to the slap. First of all, I'd never let any man slap me like that. You come up trying to slap me like that, I'm probably gonna put you down with a quick little one too.
Slap is crazy.
So that's just demoralizing. Like if you're gonna try to hit me, at least have a closed fist, for God's sakes. But I mean, if he truly did ask her out amid divorce rumors. I mean, that's just. Why
Who
would
cares?
you want to go out with?
You're getting divorced, man. Who cares?
Sure.
I just think who cares? Like, but then it's like they've been apparently split up for like
5
8
years or something.
years.
Yeah.
Since like 2016.
Jeez.
So, brother, why do you care? It's like me. I saw a tweet and it was like, he wasn't even slapping his wife. He was slapping, he wasn't even standing up for his wife. He was standing up for his roommate. Like literally, it's like would you go slap somebody if your boy just somebody was making
No.
jokes about your friend? You're like, nah, honestly, nah. I'm about to just go up and slap him in the face for saying that. It's like, what? Chill out, buddy.
Man, that makes it even funnier. That's a funny way to look at it. But that's just. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get the appeal of her. But different strokes for different folks. Okay. Did you see the way Vegas threw up their championship banner?
No.
I don't think I can have sound on for it, so let me just. This is the most Vegas way to throw up a banner.
That's pretty cool.
Cool. So shout out to the Vegas Golden Knights for
Yeah.
doing something like that. And then it wouldn't be our show unless we just hated on the Cowboys some more. So Jerry Jones said that he still believes Dak Prescott can take them to a Super Bowl. I know Jerry says that because he's a $65 million cap hit, but I know it.
Probably not.
Jerry
Probably
knows
not gonna
it.
happen.
My dog Ellie knows it.
Mhm.
My grandpa, who's been dead for probably 15 years, knows it.
Yeah.
Dak's not taking you to the Super Bowl.
No.
He's just not. So
Never
you
will.
can drag him kicking and screaming to the Super Bowl, but he won't get you there.
He won't take you there.
No.
He could buy you a plane ticket to go watch the Eagles in the Super Bowl, though.
He'd get you there. He's got
He
enough
could
money
get
for
you
that.
there. Yeah.
This is pretty funny. So I've seen some really interesting tier lists, and they're different, tiers going on. But I've never seen super ass plus talk shit got hit.
Okay.
And
There
sure
you go.
enough,
Makes sense.
I mean Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's get hit.
Let's get hit.
Yeah. Broncos are just dead.
Yeah.
As dead as it gets.
Which is more dead though, my fantasy football team or the Broncos? Might be the Broncos.
Broncos. I think the Broncos.
Yeah.
You still have life because fantasy, like, you're not you have players on other teams that you can rely on. Broncos only have the players on their team that they can rely on, and their players on their team are shit. So
There you go. That makes me feel better.
there you go. At least you have like some other humans, Like you never know. Like Pittman and Devontae Smith could go off for like 30 points each, and you're like, oh shit, I might win.
But I won't. I'll lose by like 5. I'll lose by like 2. Just again going through the Broncos trade rumors for Jerry Jeudy. I wouldn't try to trade him for more than like a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
I don't see him being a game changer. I've never seen that in Denver. So good luck to you. You're kind of
good
crazy.
luck.
This is pretty dope. Scuff Gaming has introduced its first ever PC only controller with mappable paddles,
Okay.
side buttons, RGB color, and more. Like this thing is pretty
It looks cool.
cool. I'll still probably buy another old school Scuff because I'm a cheap fuck and I don't want to spend that much money. Which should
I
drop
mean, the
down
controller
to 5.
below it says 129 for wired.
Oh, might
So
do
that's
that
pretty
then.
good.
It's not bad at all. But we see. I mean, these are pretty dope. Like,
Yeah, it's cool. I might dabble.
colors. I might have to.
I might
Got
dabble.
little mappable buttons. Got a nice little grip there because need that a little bit. But yeah, I might. If it's only 130, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, that's what it says for a wired one and 170 something for wireless. I'll rock a wired one right now.
I'd want wired. I don't think wired. I think wireless has a delay.
I don't think it's supposed to, but like I think it's just you never know.
Sure.
You got to make sure you have a good wired cable though.
I do have to buy a new one of those actually. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Won't buy it before the beta though because I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
This is just too funny. So you
I
wonder.
did see this, yeah.
You wonder what people are doing on their bye week, and you're like, maybe my guys in the lab getting better, and then you just turn on AJ Dillon's stream and just
Just chilling, man.
serene.
I don't like the people hating on him for like, what do you want him to do, bro? You want him to
No.
like go live and then like do some ladder drills, or go in the jugs machine at like this guy's just trying to chill. Like he definitely practiced today, definitely did his treatment and recovery, and then bro, just let him chill and just stream and do some farming simulator, man. It ain't that big of a deal.
I think his hat is what really sells it.
Yeah, he's loving it.
Like he just for a second before I read the caption, I thought this was Austin Eckler, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, makes sense. But because they're two bald running backs, two different people.
Mm-hmm.
So AJ Dillon he's a big man, big.
Yeah.
Not nothing against Eckler, but he's not in that same category. This is just I don't even know how this happens, but I mean,
Jeez,
I
can't let that happen. You bet.
First of all, why are we leaving that on the bookshelf like it's just a mantelpiece? Like,
I
okay, let me
know.
just stick that. Like,
Normally that's yeah. I don't
it
know if
just
bookshelf is the place.
I mean,
Hey, but hey, at least it was on the BBC.
yeah,
If you're on
fact.
any news channel, she's on the
Fact.
perfect place. So
She is.
that's good. That's actually good promotion.
Yeah,
The BBC could spin this and like they could do something with this.
I mean,
Get the marketing team on this immediately.
I don't know if you need that as a network, but
Yeah, maybe.
hey,
But you already called BBC. You might as well play into it a little.
well, yeah, well,
It's not B though, but
yeah,
you're missing a B. But like that's an easy fix.
lowercase b.
Yeah.
But hey, like I said, Twitter just always brings something up, and that's just another what the hell moment. And that was like back in COVID when they were saying, people were getting caught with stuff at their house, and it's like, okay, well, let's just make sure, if we got a dildo, like let's not,
Yeah.
put it on our bookshelf behind our desk, like
If you got an ounce of Coke on your bedside table, maybe let's put that away
Put that
before we go
away.
live on Zoom, please.
Yeah.
And thank you.
We all know the rule. If you're on Zoom, I know that you're wearing a shirt. I don't need to know what's going on underneath. Like, just
Yeah, facts.
I don't care what you got going down. Just let's be better. Let's be smarter. God bless Twitter. Just always something for me to say, what the hell. Let's see here. This one, this one kind of pissed me off. Randall Bell found out through his study that if you make your bed each morning, you are 206% more likely to become a millionaire.
Okay. I'm gonna make
All right.
my bed tomorrow.
All right, Randall. I like how comfortable my bed feels, okay? Like, it's like, when you see animals kind of nesting and they like make a nice spot and leave it there. That's what I do.
That's you?
Okay.
Okay.
Someone needs you to fuck off with this whole 206% to become a millionaire because I make my bed, really.
Yeah.
Come on.
Quit hating.
Let's just,
Quit being a hater.
yeah, there's no
That's what
need
I
for
say.
that, Randall. Yeah. Goddamn Randall. All right. Yeah, these teams, 5 best records in the MLB, 1-12 in the postseason. So let's just look at all this. Yep.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have talked shit to Bryce Harper.
Talk shit, get banged.
You
Orioles
guys
just
got bounced.
Dodgers, typical. Rays were the greatest team for like 2 months and then shit.
And then the Brewers.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
yeah. It's almost like it doesn't matter if you set records for regular season wins. You just need to be a decent team, catch fire at the right time instead of peaking early. Almost.
Yeah, I don't know. They need to fix something with baseball. I feel like it's just weird that like that's why they used to have pennant races. Like
Mhm.
you win the pennant and that's like a big deal. Like because in baseball you have 162 games, so like you can't fluke your way to winning over 100 games. You're a good ball club, but then you just get into these weird like 3-game or 5-game series, and it's just like, wait, we're out just like that. We won over 100 games. We were good. It's like I don't know what you do. I don't know if you make less teams make the playoffs, but I know why they expanded it because it's more fun for the viewers, blah blah blah. But like it almost seems less fair. Like you should almost just do 2 best in the AL, 2 best in the NL, 7-game series, and then 7-game series in the World Series because it's like the most like baseball. Like there's just so many games. Like you can't be a shit team and win 100 games. You have to be good.
I just
But
think
then-
you need to have ice. It's not that hard. Just
Yeah,
if
you
that
do, but
team
like
win.
It's just different when all of the good teams lose. Like
True.
they're
True.
all losing to the teams that won the opening. Like they had a series under their belt, won it, boom, move into the next one, and they get rolling. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do.
No, it's a tough one, but it's for baseball to figure it out. But I mean, again, we talked about it. Jamar Chase, DK Metcalf saying that Witherspoon will get the best of him.
Yeah, we'll see.
Why would you put the pressure on that guy? Like, look at this guy. Like, what? I don't. You needed to give him more motivation.
Yeah,
You-
we'll
you
see what
really-
happens here.
And then, of course, it wouldn't be right without the anniversary of Dan Orlovsky just running out the back of the end zone 12 years ago. See, you could kind of run the end line, but not like that. So, Dano.
I just
Can't
don't know
happen.
what. I don't even know. I don't even know how that happens. It's
Yeah,
hilarious though.
it wasn't like he tiptoed it. He just
No, he
ran
just went straight out of it. No hezzy.
So this one is just. I mean, my boyfriend bought some donuts, and I took a bite out of every single one just to fuck with him. First of all, what is wrong with you?
Why would you do that?
Why?
You get beat.
But then he got mad about something else, and I'm afraid when he sees the donuts, he's gonna lose. his
Yeah,
shit.
you
Yeah.
think? Yeah, I'm thinking he will.
is.
I'm thinking he will. You're done. You're just gonna have to you have to bite the bullet here, and you might get punched. But
I mean, if I respond to a domestic violence call and I hear about the situation, it's like, did you really have to?
yeah, why'd you do that?
Why did you bite one bite out of every donut? Imagine
just-
you wait in the donut man line for an hour to get donuts.
Like, I can't wait to enjoy these donuts. Wait, is there a bite? What? Like what the? Imagine it's like a jelly donut too. You take one bite and it's like starting to gush out and stuff, and you just leave it. Like what type of psychopath is this?
Man, just didn't need to happen. There's some
At
practical
all.
jokes that are good, but that's just. I mean, man,
Don't do it.
no need for that.
Don't do it.
All right, we're nearing the end of this list here. Told you, Twitter brought some good ones.
Yeah, Twitter's been
good to us.
or X as we should
X, my
call it.
bad. So this one's pretty good. They were ranking the top 10 head coaches from this year. What do you think of the list, just off first glance?
I don't know though. Like, how do you rank head coaches?
It's a good question.
Is it not should if it's power rank it, should it not just be whoever the best has the best records? That's the
what I
best
thought.
coach?
Because I thought at first it was just head coaches overall, and then I saw it said head coaches in the NFL in 2023. So it's like, okay,
In
if we're
2020, yeah.
going-
So Bill shouldn't be on there.
that's what I'm thinking. Bill should
McVay
be
probably
on.
shouldn't be top 5. Maybe top
Yeah, I
10.
think-
You could
I
argue
think he would be
late
7.
10s. I don't think
I'd say 7.
Sirianni should be 9.
I thought Sirianni
should
should be
be-
3. I thought Tomlin and Sirianni should flip.
Yeah.
Mike
If
McDaniel
a
should
head
have
coach's job
4.
is to win games and have a good team, create a good team.
Yeah.
So why would it not be
Teams that are undefeated or
Shanahan, Sirianni,
loss.
Reed? That should be the McDaniel should be in there. I don't know. I don't know what went into this. I'd be curious to ask them. No Dan Campbell.
That's what I'm saying. No MCDC. I mean,
Bill over Dan Campbell this season so far. Not a chance.
I don't know what went into this list, man. But I
Yeah,
was
I'd
curious
love
when I
to-
saw
I'd
it.
love to
so I just
find
wanted
out.
Want to throw it up there. It was probably a
Because
Joel
I
Klatt
think it
list.
sucks.
I think it's terrible. I think it looks nice, but it just doesn't make sense. They need to set the criteria. Are we talking head coaches all time, including this year, or the way that it looked was that we're just thinking about this
Yeah.
year? Which I think it's too early to tell who would be in the top 10 coaches. We got a whole season ahead of us. We're only 5 weeks in to a 17 game season, 18 week actually. Let's see here. Oh, this is hilarious. So I did read the article on this. So the article, it's talking about a woman eats 48 oysters on a date and freaks out when the guy runs out of the tab. So I did a non-stooge move, and I said, I got to read this fucking thing. So this guy and this chick go out on a date. She eats 48 oysters. orders 3 to 4 lemon drop martinis,
Mm-hmm.
orders an entree
Okay.
and a glass of wine.
Sure.
He orders only a glass of wine.
He doesn't need anything?
He doesn't need anything.
Okay, I mean, being very gentlemanly, I guess. Like, hey, order whatever you want.
He gets up and
Li-
bounces.
I don't mind her, like, okay, you can order, like, I don't know how much it was, whatever. But, like, I'm more concerned that she ate 48 oysters.
And then her entree.
Not even that. Like, what freak eats 48 oysters on a date?
I don't know. I know you use
What is
them
this,
to
man
set the
versus
tone,
food?
but-
Like, what? If I'm a guy, I don't even care that it, like, costs a lot. It's like, are you, like, she's 25 down and he's sitting there like, bring another 12. Like, wait, what? You're still going? She eats 48? You're probably sitting there like, this girl's, I don't need this in my life. Probably smells funny too.
You got a point there. A lot of
Yeah,
oysters
and I'm going.
on.
He's like, I'm out of here. I just watched this man eat 48 oysters in front of me. Like, I'm not doing it.
Oh, man, bro.
So I'm with this guy.
Oh, I'm with it too. They calculated that the bill was, I think the bill was $168, and she gave, I think, she gave a tip that got it to 198. So whatever that is, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like 20 bucks.
I see one of the comments is like, did you say 48? I would have been out of there once she hit 25. Facts.
Bro, that
20,
is.
once you're breaking 20, bro, you're eating, like, that's crazy. Bring another round. Like, what?
Bro, it was just.
Like, I'm watching a food eating challenge. That
I
is
just
not
get sick.
what I want to see
48
on a
fucking
date.
oysters.
Imagine that's a first
40.
date too.
That's what
Probably
I was
is.
trying to read through. I was trying to see
If
it
that's
was
a first date and
date.
she's like, you know what, the starter move, let me eat 48 oysters right in front of this guy. He doesn't want you. He's gonna think you're gross.
Yeah. And
Don't
he's
do that.
probably right. 48 oysters.
Yeah, I agree with him.
I just thought it was fucking hilarious.
I'm with
'cause
this guy.
She tweeted it out first saying, I can't believe this guy stepped out on this date and left the bill for me. And everybody was commenting, like, what did you order? Like 48, bro.
Yeah.
And they said that this restaurant is in like the middle of the United States. So it's not like at a coastal spot.
Okay.
So, I mean, 48 of these oysters, man, one of them bound to be, a little dirty. And it's
Facts.
just, ladies, just don't do that on a date, please.
Don't do that if you're trying to get this man.
You
So-
could split,
Bad strategy.
split a batch with them or something. I don't know, but
Split like a plate of 24. 12 apiece.
there you go.
Easy. Nothing crazy. Don't eat 48.
That's a lot. So I saw this, but I didn't see it. Apparently LinkedIn has stories now. I don't have it on mine. Maybe I have to update it, but I don't
I
know.
don't even have the app on that, so I don't know what
Dude, you got to get your.
I don't have a LinkedIn app. I just look on the computer.
Oh, thanks.
I'm not looking for a job, so shut.
Well, fair.
There you go.
I mean, I know it's a social media platform per se, but it's supposed to be professional. Like, I don't want to see people posting stories of what they're doing throughout the day. Like, I just,
at the club, you get a close friends on LinkedIn. Can you imagine?
dude, it might end up happening. This was just ridiculous.
But he overthrows.
So both of these teams are terrible. Like, just not good. 3-3, 1-5.
Yeah.
Somehow,
him and it's picked off.
I muted that. FIU.
I think you can play
somehow-
sound of this.
Can I?
I mean, yeah, it's just a clip. What if we were watching? We could react to videos on YouTube if we wanted to.
Like, I mean, why?
I just think you couldn't do the fight one because it was pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
That'd be my
Okay.
guess.
I just don't understand why FIU has a Lambo with their
Yeah,
sticker.
what the?
Just on the sidelines. Like, it's just why.
Yeah, what? Whose donor is that? Whose donor's Lambo is that? That's all I'll ask.
This one, I don't even care if I get a strike. This one's really funny.
Shoot, he was one of the favorite players I evaluated in the draft and couldn't have been more excited when Kwesi pulled the card. And since then, it's just been, it's been positive after positive, outside of driving a little fast one time. So I think, my expectation is we hit the gas with Jordan this weekend. No pun intended.
No pun intended. And then the
Uh,
guy's like, I don't know
I don't
about
know
that.
about that.
Oh my gosh. But that was corrected to like, was it actually an emergency for his dog? Was that a real like story? I remember that's what the police report said. Or that's what
I
he
didn't.
claimed happened.
I didn't read the police
That his
reports.
dog had he was speeding his dog to the vet.
at 165.
Yeah. That's what that's the thing I read. I don't know if that was true. That was what Jordan Addison said. And he said that's what I told the officers. Like, I don't know, maybe.
You
Like,
know,
I
how
hope.
did he get caught? You know how fast like
Yeah, that's what I'm
you
saying. I
just
don't know how like
bruh.
and he like, oh, I'll stop it at this red light, sure.
This is pretty funny. Kind of just talking about that LinkedIn, you got your entry level job openings on LinkedIn and then, hiring recent college grads and you look at the requirements, 5 years of experience, 6 Olympic gold medals, and superpowers.
Yeah,
if you have
pretty
them.
much.
It's just it's sickening.
I'll get stuff for like college track like
Mhm.
stuff, and they'll be like, yeah, I want you to have 4 years at a college coaching already, or 4 years at a high school, or need to have college experience. I'm like, okay, good. I have all those things, but like, still, man, jeez,
Bro, it's
like
just
your standards are that
it's a
high,
lot, man.
Stony Brook. Like, come on now, like,
Yeah, we don't need that.
yeah, like, chill out.
We've
You
talked
get who
about
you
this. I mean, there needs to be
quarterback
a
award?
quarterback award and the MVP because I mean,
One, why is it Mahomes?
yeah, I'd like to ask that. He
Why is
did have
Mahomes number
303
one?
today.
Okay, this was before
But
today though.
true.
This is October 11th. Should be Tua probably, off
I'd say
numbers.
Tua probably. I think
One
Brock Purdy.
loss. Yeah, maybe
Purdy's doing
Purdy.
pretty
But I'd
good.
say if you give it to Purdy, McCaffrey should be higher than Purdy.
Yeah, because McCaffrey does more. I mean, I just think there needs to be a quarterback award and then the MVP. Because right here, the MVP should be Christian McCaffrey. Like the guy does everything for his squad,
Yeah, I think so
always
too.
touching the rock. But it's just
How
it's
many
become a
QB
quarterback
sneaks
award,
did the
man.
Eagles need to do for Jason Kelsey to be up for MVP?
That's a good question. That's
What's the
actually a good
over under
point.
on QB sneaks per game? Like if they just said one game, all right, we're gonna QB sneak it, or a variation of the QB sneak. They could do a pop pass on it. They could do a shovel to the right. We're gonna do it for one whole drive. Like, is he getting into MVP conversations? I think he should.
I would vote for him.
If you could just
check
show
your back.
like, all right, first drive of the game, we're going 75 yards straight QB sneak the whole way. That would be
Yeah.
insane.
I'd have to give him the MVP. I'd be like, the guy's doing it all. So I mean, we've already talked about that enough. We need a QB award and then the MVP because it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is funny. Did you see anything about Logan Paul's encounter today with Dylan Dennis?
Yeah, I saw somebody
press
threw something
conference?
at us, or Dylan threw something at him or something like that.
No. So just to set the scene for the tweet, Logan threw, I think he threw his mic at Dylan Dennis's dick.
Okay.
Dylan got up and hit him in the head with his mic.
Okay.
And it cut like the side of his eye, but like below his socket, so like on this side. So it looks like a teardrop basically. I'm not saying it's not a hard hit, but if you throw a mic at someone's dick, maybe, expect, especially if you're saying you're a fighter, you might want to like put your hand up to block it. Like,
You'll probably get something thrown back at you.
yeah.
Who
So
cares? They're gonna fight. Get in the
Yeah.
ring, dummies.
I just,
Save
I
it for
just,
the ring.
I'm glad he deleted this because this is so stupid. Like, Mike, come on, man. Like, come on. You let's just
And he deleted it, so
back to
you're
reality.
an idiot.
Yeah.
Shitter.
It's crazy the woman that he's been with, though. I'll give him props.
I know he's
Yeah.
he's done well for himself. Good for him.
Yeah, he's like, I was depressed.
Gotta
and
respect it.
Then I just, leveled up. I'm like, oh, good for you, pal. Like, hey. This is too funny. So we've heard of Sauce Gardner. Now get introduced to Extra Sauce Gardner. I mean, Jesus.
I don't know if we can have the music though.
I missed the.
I had to guess. Always the
Every
music. The music is the one that gets you.
YouTube, I'm trying, man. I really am.
Okay, dropped fast. Nope, that was all me. Strap.
The slowest
what is a
backpedal of all time.
What plays is this offense running? You tell me we can't get a one-on-one matchup here?
Big 66, big extra sauce.
Jeez. Like nobody could catch it. Like what game is this?
I
These
don't
two
know.
teams have to suck.
In better news for the beta for Call of Duty this weekend.
Search. We're gonna have
S&D
Search
is
this
gonna be
weekend?
available, so I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Get a little
Yeah,
bit of
we-
ice going.
You might see us streaming it this weekend. We got
Oh.
time in between the games.
Oh
In
yeah.
between that, between football and between Halo World Championship, a lot going on. In between
A lot.
YouTube boxing,
Blood.
whole lot of shit going on. So
Got
we
everything.
might get time. I get down on the beta.
Might have to. What was this? The post is unavailable. Oh, this. This person. This is how they had a package stolen, and this is the footage that they saw from their Ring camera.
You kidding me?
How funny would it have been though if someone was home and as soon as they go to grab this, you open the door and just kick this as hard as you can?
Just tackle it.
Just boof.
What are you doing, man? You just steal. Like who steals packages? Freaking scum, man. Could be anything too. Like it could be something so like I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be a
I mean,
hairbrush, man. Could be a pack of underwear.
You
Could
just
be anything.
kick right there, and
Yeah.
I just love to see
Guys
like
knocked. Whoever's in there is knocked out
and
for sure, no doubt.
I love that people put the this little
Oh yeah, pretty much. That's basically. Maybe it is the toys.
Could be. They were tired of this shit. And then this is pretty funny. So everyone was talking about why, Portland didn't honor Dame's wishes. And then to hear them say, like, no, like, we were going to send him to Miami, but his agent, if you recall, was talking all that sweet shit saying, we're only going to Miami. We're only going to Miami. That's the only place we want to play. We don't want to go nowhere else. And so the Blazers said, bet.
F you.
Yeah,
Have fun in
you're
Milwaukee.
going to Milwaukee. Okay.
Have fun in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
So that's
There you
what
go.
we got for the week, man. I told you, Twitter was pretty good this week.
Twitter was popping.
came through some X clips.
Twitter gave us some good shit.
I don't think we got anything else that we're.
No, I think we're good. We're gonna have a interesting weekend of football. We'll have a lot to report back on. On next week. We'll recap our picks. We'll have a breakdown of probably the Halo World Championships, KSI fighting, Logan Paul fighting. We'll have an NCAA top 10 to give you. We'll have a lot to break down. So yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out the Stooge Experience. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us if we're pieces of shit in the comments, but be strategic and be creative, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to see a spam of just you're a shitter, you're a shitter, you're a shitter, you're a shitter, because
Make
then I'm
it
going to type
make it
back, I'm a
interesting.
shitter, I'm going type thing. So, just hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Peace.
See ya.